that, yeah, but what it comes down to at the end of the day, and I think that everyone should listen to this, is not about your opinions about this or that in the world. It's, are you solid nigga or not? There's just a lot of absolute nonsense. Dance! Right, you gotta dance. And we not dancing with each other. Welcome to the Any Last Words Pod. My name is Earl Lonnie Hooks. A very, very special thanks to everybody that will be joining us today on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, as well as YouTube. And please do not forget to follow us at ALW Pod on Instagram. The God in me honors the God in each and every one of you. Today, you said you was going to be back.
I'm back.
You told the people you was going to be back.
I'm back.
So what we were just talking about this. It makes sense for us to just do a pod together.
Yeah, I mean...
It makes sense for us to do many episodes together.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we've lived together for several years. And I walk past this podcast station like 40 times a day.
Yeah.
Walk through this podcast multiple times.
Yep.
Been on this podcast more than I've actually have been on this podcast.
Yeah, you made mad cameos.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I keep the lights on around here, Without me, this podcast wouldn't be happening.
Actually.
Nah.
But really...
Yeah, for sure. I do show up my rent on the 5th. Though
Keon makes fun of me about that. So every once in a while he'll call me, and for some reason, like, it'll be on the 5th. He'll be like, yeah, so like, what you about to do? I'm like, well, like, it's the 5th, so like, Doody and I about to pay this. We got to go get our what do we get to pay for them? Money orders. I'm like, yo, we about to go get the money orders, and he'll just be like, nigga, why do y'all wait until the 5th? Like, I understand there's a grace period. He's like, but as a rule, like, y'all pay on the 5th. Like, you can't like try to pay on the 1st and then like, oh, if it doesn't happen, you pay on the 2nd or 3rd. Like, you guys make it a rule to pay on the 5th. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's honestly no reason why we do it. Like, bro, if I had the money on the 5th, I probably had it on the 1st.
And for sure. And it's like, you have to pay the people.
Right.
And if for any reason money order machines are not working that
day, that's happened before.
Like you're going to now be late on the rent because you waited the last minute.
Right.
And our bitch ass people, they will send, I told you, they sent it up before.
Right.
They will send up like a whole $400 extra fee if you don't pay as soon as they open up the door the 6th, the morning of the 6th.
I tell you what. You ain't never gonna see one of them envelopes on auto.
No.
Hey, but for real though, not only do we be pushing it, we be paying like on the 6th, but we be getting it in like.
Bro, I go put that envelope in there. You want to know when I do it? I do it when I'm leaving for work.
Right.
So I don't put that fucking envelope in that thing until about like 5:45 the morning of the 6th. So we actually paying on the 6th, literally maybe a couple of hours before.
Right.
Craziness.
We just know before that mailbox get opened up.
That's
rent better be in there.
That's craziness. Something else that happens when people come on here. This is something I think we're kind of about to get on outside. Mm. Something else that people do when they get on here. So no one knows what's going to happen when they come on this podcast.
Right.
Like, no one has any idea. So something that always happens is people come here. I'm only saying this because you were stating to me some of your ideas about what the fuck may happen when we cut this on.
Right.
And it's like, a lot of people come on, and before they did, we had a conversation, or probably a series of conversations. And some people that are going to be listening to this are going to be like, oh, he's kind of talking about me. Mm-hmm. We will have a series of conversations, and I'll be like, yo, you should get on the pod. And I'll be like, oh, like, I don't know, like, I couldn't do a pod. Like, what if we ran into awkward moments where you didn't know, you're just looking at each other?
Right.
And I'm just thinking, you and I just hung out for like 2 hours.
Right.
You don't think that could have been like, you don't think that was content worthy? You don't think that was pod worthy? Like, that was like a just awesome conversation we had. And they're like, oh yeah, damn, like, I guess so. I'm like, yeah, we already do it.
Right.
Like, we already sit around and talk shit about everything anyway. So we might as well just fucking turn the microphones on since we have them.
Lights, cameras, action. And, you know, you never know, man. That shit can always, something might pop off in that conversation, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we go all over the place.
And there's no such thing as too much content.
Yeah, no.
You can always put that shit out, you know. It's like the saying, there's no such thing as too much money.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is going to resonate, or things are going to resonate with, everything is going to resonate with someone.
Right.
Like, for every piece of content, there's someone out there that's searching for that thing, or that would be interested in, and they don't know that they would be interested in, and then they just bump into it, and they're like, oh shit, this is pretty cool. I've never heard something like this or seen something like this, but I fuck with it, whatever it is. Now, I feel like we should start with just a rest in peace for all of our fallen soldiers. If you know, you know. We don't have to get into the people.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%.
Right, but rest in peace to all of the fallen soldiers.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, life is short, so you gotta hug your loved ones, tell them that you love them. You know, spend time with your loved ones, and you know, 'cause you just never know. So
yeah,
you don't ever want to wake up to that little message, or whatever. So
yeah, for sure. So I was talking to you yesterday about the pull of Adderall, right? That I felt,
right.
Because again, it's crazy because you have these conversations with yourself where you're like, how long do you really think you're going to be able to do this? Like, you're young now, so you feel like, you know, like you out, like you still young. It's like old niggas that get into real trouble because they've been doing it for 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? But you thinking, I've been doing this for like a couple years and I'm young. I could probably get away with this for like a while.
Right.
So you keep pushing, and it shit is just expensive because it's not even for me, and I don't think it is for most people. Like the drug that kind of does them in. I don't think that it's usually just that thing. I think it's just like a barrage of bad habits that come along with that thing.
Right.
So for me, again, it was just, I mean, you've seen the cigarettes out there. You see them goddamn cigarettes out there.
Nigga, I looked out there like, yo, cuz was getting them joints in. This nigga definitely got lung cancer.
But you see... Yo, that'd be crazy if I like finally did go to the hospital and they're like, bro, what did you do to your lungs?
Bro, it was like, I was like, you know, I forget what cartoon it is, but one of them niggas just smoke a cigarette and then just go, and then the whole drag just goes through. It like
burns like the whole cigar.
Yeah, the whole joint just gets.
Oh man, I forget.
Just gets dusted. So
I feel like that's a few. I feel like maybe the boss on the Jetsons, right? Because I know he be smoking a cigar. Right. But they're like a few others that smoke cigars, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Right.
Why would these niggas smoking in children's shows?
Because it wasn't for the children. Yeah. Bro, when you go back and look at some of these fucking shows, like, you be like, oh, hey, all right, dog. Like,
well, yeah. See, that sort of stuff being woven into TV is kind of weird.
Right.
Because I understand wanting to get parents and kids to the movie theater.
Right.
So, like, movie directors making a bunch of, like, kind of adult jokes because they want the adults to have a good time as they take their kids.
Right.
But to just have it on TV is like, nigga, who are you? Like, who's the demo you going after? Mm-hmm. Like, what demographic are you looking for if you make adult jokes like in kids stuff, or is that like I don't know?
Look, man, what they do is they just make it seem like it's for the kids, so the kids can love it.
Yeah,
who gonna pay for the kids to get in? You ain't gonna leave the kid there by himself, so now you got to buy 2 tickets.
Actually, not only that, but now that I think about it, kids can love it. And they can love it as they get older.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. So nigga, everything I watch now, nigga, I probably done watch that shit 100 times. I don't really watch too much new stuff. Like, I watch a lot of the same shit that I've been watching.
I'm going to get back to this drugs point. But it's funny because every time I hear your TV, it's usually some shit I know you've watched a million times. Like, I think I saw, like... No Good Dirty Shame is that's
Oh yeah, I was watching that shit.
No Good Dirty Shame.
One night, yeah.
I remember when I heard that Martin.
No,
what happened?
my bad. It's Low Down Dirty
Low
Shame.
Down
Dirty Shame.
Yeah.
Oh, you know I like them little low budget black films,
bro. It's like,
nigga, I was just watching 6 Man earlier today.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a really.
It's on Hulu. So I was like, hey,
oh damn, yeah. 6 Man. I gotta go back.
Nah, that's a joint that I haven't watched in a while. You know, nigga.
Oh, neither have I. So it's almost gonna be new to me.
Nah, for sure. Cause I'm watching it in suspense and shit. I'm like, oh shit, he about to miss this shot. But like knowing that it didn't even click in my mind that I've seen this movie 100 times, like back in the day or whatever.
Oh, man.
But I was watching it again. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like watching Paid in Full. Like I don't watch.
Yeah, you don't went through that. Yeah, it's not the same.
I could probably tell you Paid Full for like word by word right now.
We might have to have a segment about just like the best of these types of movies, but we're not going. But we'll get into.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I do want to close in on this drug point, which is I felt like the pull of it. It's weird because again, there is a rational part of you where you're thinking, again, how long are you going to be able to do this? And then if you start to see bad things happen again to the people around you doing it, then you also have to be confronted with, well, fuck, like that just happened to them.
Right.
I'm doing the same thing they're doing.
Right.
Is that going to come from me? And if so, like, am I okay with that? Like, am I still ready to push on doing this thing that I know is ultimately going to be the cause of my demise?
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, it's a lot of things, but then, so you're thinking about all these things rationally, but then at the same time, you're like, this shit feel good. At the end of the day, you be like, bro, this shit, it like feels, whatever your thing is.
Right.
And you were talking to me yesterday, you were like, I wonder if all like addictions are sort of like that.
Like, right. The different levels to it or whatever.
Bro, I feel like they're the same. I feel like you can try to fuck your way through the pain. And I feel like people do that all the time.
Right.
I was fucking monster. Yeah, actually, yeah, for sure. There was definitely a point where I was trying to fuck through the pain.
Hey, get over here, girl.
Yeah, yo. God. Nah. It wasn't go down like that, but
clearly it was someone that you knew. Right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, for
you already
sure.
knew it was gonna get down, but you like now you extroverted.
Well, nah, because sometimes you didn't. Sometimes you were taking wild shots. Like, you know what I mean? True. Sometimes they fell. Sometimes you sunk them. Sometimes you didn't.
Like my nigga, you was Tyrone Biggums on the Addy, so you were definitely going. Hey, you ever seen that little Drewski little video? He was, I'm trying to fuck something.
Bro, you know when so guys speaking about like having sex with women, like fucking women. This is, I think, where it begins to be barbaric.
Is that barbaric?
is when you're doing it to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and there's a lot of ways to say that, but I'm just saying, like, you could say that two people are having sex.
Right.
Like you could say like, oh yeah, we had sex. Right. Or, you know, like I've heard, you could be like, oh yeah, I folded her.
God damn.
Yeah, bro.
Is this WWE
I plowed her. Like, what is
put her in a pedigree.
Well, yeah, like, what are all the things that people say? Like, people say, like, I fucking demolished her. I knocked her down. I got her out the way.
You know, like, who's saying I demolished her? Who are these niggas? Like, hey, bro.
Okay.
I think you in the wrong business if you're doing that.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me push back a little bit. What if this is just a question. What if when you were having sex with her, she said, oh my God, you're demolishing me? Is it okay then? Or is it still...
Look, that don't leave the room. We're going to keep that here.
Okay. I'm with that.
I ain't finna go to the homies and be like...
Sure.
Like roll over after we get done, go straight to the group chat. Like, hey, yo, dog.
Ew.
Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever happens. That's between me.
Yeah, no, for sure. One, that's classy.
Well, y'all just know that's just who I am.
And yeah, that's very true. Yeah, you were never really that person, even when we were younger. And everybody wanted to be that person. I definitely wanted to be that person.
Oh, yeah.
I used to tell y'all, it's every time I had a story, I came and tried to tell y'all about it. But also because some of them were just like super fucking hilarious.
But what I learned is if you kept your shit on the low, you can be a sniper.
Bro. Ain't
nobody want no loudmouth ass nigga.
I feel you. And well, you know what?
Messy.
I did. Yes.
Yeah, you was messy.
So yes, I was. It just, man. Well, one, I was hurt. Yeah. Let's start with that. I was hurt.
You was going there hurting, nigga.
No, I know. So okay, this was something that. One, you told me a long time ago. I don't think I ever told you that you told me this, and I remember.
Stop hanging with them fuck niggas?
No, but you probably told me that too. Oh yeah, you definitely told me that actually a few times.
Said that.
No, you were saying, "Oh man, how did you put it?" I'm trying to figure out exactly.
You know, I don't really be saying shit the way it's supposed to be said. So yeah, I understand.
I think I was listening to John Mayer, and maybe you had been asking me why I liked him or something like that. And I said something about how, oh yeah, you were asking like, doesn't he be breaking hearts? And I was like, well, he sings a whole lot about like him breaking, him breaking hearts or him having his heart broken. I guess he sings about a lot of both.
Right.
But you told me, you were like, because I was saying I think that's why it resonates with me as far as like having hearts broken or something, or feeling deep emotion, something like that. I'm kind of fucking this up. But you said, and this is what does matter, you said, yeah, but I feel like you broke your own heart. You said that to me a while ago, when pretty much like the high school sweetheart, like and all the way I was doing her that was dirty.
Right.
Yeah, like after that, you were like, I feel like you broke your own heart. And you probably just said that shit like off the cuff, like you didn't really think too much about it. You're like, nigga, yeah, like you're probably looking at me and who I was and what I was doing.
I mean, nigga, I was there.
Yeah, exactly. You were like,
I was outside with you, cuz.
Yeah. You were like, nigga, ain't nobody do this to you but you.
Right.
Pretty much.
Like, nigga, you made those decisions.
And I
nigga, might tell you do that shit, nigga. I told you, bro. Stop running the streets, nigga. They ain't safe out here.
And so I was telling someone this the other day, and they were like, they said that this was deep, and I didn't really know how deep it really was till they said this to me, and I kind of thought about it. But I was telling them, they asked me if I had ever had my heart broken.
Right.
And I was like, you know, I do. But I feel like it was me breaking my own. Like, I never felt like someone else broke my heart. I always felt like I did that to myself. Like, I had let myself down.
Right.
You know, to that degree. And I just thought that was... like, that was pretty fucking, profound. But that idea came from somewhere, and it was because you had planted it all these fucking years ago, and you was like, nigga.
Hey, bro, you might as well just call me your stepdad. You know what I'm saying? I taught you how to drive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
these are facts.
I looked out for homie. I looked out for the cuz.
These are facts. You did do that.
You know what I'm saying? We was riding around in that green Camry.
Yes.
That shit was raggedy, but it had a system in it. We would be thumping everywhere we was going, but we was getting there.
These are facts. These are facts. And so drugs.
Yeah, back to the drugs.
And so drugs pull you in. And I was thinking about like smoking weed, because you were just like, yeah, see, I'm not going to have no problems with none of that stuff.
Right.
Like, I'm chilling.
Right.
And I remember thinking that when I started to feel like I couldn't smoke weed anymore, I felt like I was going into it with I didn't start at a good spot. Like, I wouldn't be happy,
right,
and then go smoke some weed.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like I would be preoccupied. I'd be thinking about a bunch of stuff, and then I would go smoke some weed. And so those things only like magnify.
Right.
And I want to say maybe the same thing with drinking. Yeah, like I would be in a certain space that maybe wasn't the best, and then I would drink. So then now, again, that sadness is sort of like magnified,
right,
to a degree. But if you're in a good place, then like smoking weed or drinking can just be fun.
Right.
Like, it can just be a fun thing because you're just focusing on the fun you're doing.
Right.
So it's just interesting because you and I keep having these conversations throughout time about people that can do some stuff and just hang out and relax with it,
right,
and do it in moderation, go to work, go to the gym,
be productive, get their fucking life done,
all of that fucking
not
shit.
Let it hold them down, keep them back, whatever.
Then it just seems to be that there's certain other people that just like can't fucking pull away from that. They're just like,
it just becomes their life, and
they're like, I'll do this over go to work or pick this person up that relies on me or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the fuck the case is. It's like, holy fucking shit. This shit is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm not against, you know, whatever people's drug of choice is.
Right.
But take care of what the fuck you need to take care of first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got shit to get done. Like, get out there and get that shit done, and then go get your little high on and lay up with whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But obviously not that like hard shit. Like, you want to do some shrooms or whatever, go ahead.
Yeah. If there's one thing that I envy, I mean, maybe it's like the only thing that people even want to be immortal for. I was going to say about vampires, they get to live fucking forever, is you get to learn. So like, imagine how good at being a human being you would be if you got to live for the next 300. It doesn't even got to be like you being an 1,000-year-old vampire. Just imagine being a 250-year-old vampire. 300.
Nigga done seen everything. He tired of the bullshit.
That's a baby in vampire years, though. Like, that's a child. Like, nigga, you 300 years. Nigga, I'm fucking 2,000 years old. You know what I'm saying? In vampire.
Right.
Like, that would be different. But you must learn a fucking ton.
And these niggas must not reproduce. Cause how are these niggas that old and not like overtaking everything?
Nah, you just keep biting motherfuckers.
Nigga, they ain't bite enough people at this point. I think you've been around for.
But that's pretty. Hey, listen, that's pretty dope though. Cause it's like, so y'all fucking. Cause the vampires are fucking.
Yeah,
but they don't reproduce.
You know what I'm saying?
So they just fuck.
Be like, shit. If I want a kid, I'm just gonna go snatch up little Billy from around the way.
Yeah.
Give him a little on the neck, and, you know.
Yo, but the point I'm getting at with the drugs and vampires is that if you could live for a super long time, you could figure out, like, all right, take this example, because everyone's going to be able to, well, for the most part, is going to be able to connect with this. When we first started drinking, nigga, we didn't know.
Niggas was drinking the worst shit.
What we were doing, what we were drinking. We were excited to get the fucking, what was that, the Jose Cuervo? And then we had Aristocrat. That's what we took down the beach week.
Yeah, and I had to take care of you niggas.
Oh,
that was the worst life decision.
I can't believe I was just taking shots of Aristocrat back to back.
That was just being a young nigga though. Niggas ain't really know.
Right, and that's the whole point. Saying? You're young, so
bro,
you don't.
And we ain't had money like that. Y'all round up whatever little change y'all had.
Yeah.
To get y'all little buzz on. And damn if y'all ain't get y'all little buzz on. Like,
I was fucked up, screaming at people outside the car.
Dog, I remember going to go get the car. You and I were the only two sober ones. Send you in the crib. And I'm like, yo, Earl.
To go retrieve someone.
Like, I got one of them. He in the car, he in the back. The biggest one out of the group, he all.
I like that everybody don't know who that is. Yes, the biggest one out of the group.
Yeah, the biggest one out the group. He all somewhere. So I sent you to go find him. The other one of the group, you know, he was getting his little thing going. So he was probably about to stay at night over there anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But we had to go find the big one, Young Hefty. So I sent Earl in to go get him. Sitting out in the parking lot, like, just in the car. I'm like, God damn, where the hell this nigga Earl at? So I put that on the park. I go walking up the stairs, and here comes this nigga Earl. This is not the Earl that I sent into the house. Bro, this nigga came walking down the stairs like he could not get to the car.
Bro,
I was like, bro, what happened when you went in there?
They fucking, and this is another thing about being young. Not only are you ingesting smoke and fucking alcohol in a way that you don't understand, because you don't understand your body, you don't understand your mind, like you don't know what you can take,
right?
You don't understand you don't know about eating carbs, and you don't know nothing, right? So you just go into it empty stomach, drunk, just taking shots,
right?
But you also don't know how to gauge other people,
right?
So I just walk in this fucking crib and it's the white boys, and they had been smoking at that point probably for years, but I was late to that party.
Right.
And so they fucking packed this bowl, man, and this bong, and
did they light it for you?
Yes, they did everything for me. Yeah, so I was like, I fucking blasted off. That's that sort of high. Like a rocket. Yeah, that's that sort of high that's not any fun. It's no fun at all, because you're just trying to do the simplest of things.
Right.
And way too difficult to do them. Like walk down steps.
This nigga came out like he's walking on the moon.
Yes.
I was like, yo, what the hell?
For sure. That's exactly what it felt like.
Got you in the car. Then I had to go find the big one. I went and got his ass.
Oh, but he was sick as
He
hell.
was done. Bro, he was like, yo, you got to pull over. I was like, nah, man, I can't. And I gave this nigga this bag. He goes, I was like, yo, that nigga sound like a dying bear. I was like, nigga, bro, what? Like, bro, what is going on over here, cuz? Like,
and he was next to me in the back too.
Right. No,
I was trying to do my best. Oh, I threw up when we got out the car.
Yeah, you were done. You was like leaned over to the other homie that was like on the window, also leaned over.
See, that's the sort of high that you don't want to get when you throw up,
right?
Because that's not a high you want to get to. That's crazy. That means your world is spinning high.
Right.
I don't want to get there. Okay, so this point, vampires, is you get to learn, and one of my favorite books actually is kind of based on something like this, but. One, yeah, you're definitely going to get bored and now you're going to start doing a bunch of wacky shit because you've been alive for fucking 400 years and you're like, I got to do something to spice this shit up. So you probably start committing murders and you start having sex with animals and also. Whoa. I mean, bro, if you live 400 years, you'd be like, actually, I don't know, because you're also evolving in the world. Like the world's evolving.
So can vampires catch STDs?
Probably not, bro. I'm gonna just assuming they're immune because they're immortal, so they're probably just immune to everything.
Right.
You live long enough to see pandemics come through and wipe people out. It's still just you and the vampires living.
Right.
Wait, how the hell does that work?
Yeah, hold up.
Because then how do people start again? Oh, well then I guess, now if we're talking about evolutionary.
Well, at one point then.
At one point.
Nah, but if people getting wiped out, what the fuck the vampires eating?
No, they can eat, they can drink blood. It's just I think human blood is rich to them, but it would be like you going and having like this ribeye, right? From Chapel Hills Farm. Shout out to Keon. Shout out to Keon.
Nah, nigga. Hell no, they better run a check on this motherfucker. Like,
but if you had one of these versus you having like a fucking McDonald's burger,
right?
You know, like they can eat pigs and like whatever animals they can find, but it ain't like human blood. I think that's the sort of equivalent.
Okay, so it's like the equivalent of like some rich chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, versus just like some bullshit that's been like in one of those little
fancy ass candy that be rolling around Christmas time.
I was gonna say some of the candy that be like at barbershops or certain places where you gotta put a quarter in and crank the little thing and like some candy fall out of that. Like they'll usually have like Runts or Skittles, or some chocolate in it.
Hey, bro, you heard about Skittles?
What's so funny is I'm still gonna finish up this drug point, but yes, this is just gonna extend throughout all of this. What happened about Skittles? Does it have anything to do with lime?
Nah, nigga.
What?
It got something to do with some titanium dioxide.
Oh,
yeah, nigga. You look like a Skittles ass nigga with that bright ass shirt on, nigga. You like Skittles, don't you?
I'm not gonna lie to you,
bro. You gotta get in on this lawsuit. You know, I was more of a Reese's kind of nigga. I was a chocolate nigga. You know
but nothing. But like, no. So,
anyways, this little chemical that we put in the Skittles, it's like banned in like a bunch of fucking countries, like Skittles are.
Right.
The niggas is like, no, keep that bullshit over there. That's probably why they be over there living till they're like 147. You know what I'm saying? Damn. And niggas be dying over here early because we be putting all this bullshit in our body. But yeah. But anyways, Skittles was supposed to remove this chemical, and never did.
Damn, I wonder what it is about the titanium dioxide. You said titanium dioxide?
Yeah, nigga, some titanium.
That does not sound like it's supposed to be in my Skittle.
No,
but I wonder what it does that they're reluctant to take it out. Like it must. Is it a part?
That's probably how they get that crunch.
Like, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I wonder if that's a part of the shell that gives you that great crunch, that great unique Skittles crunch. Because nothing crunches like Skittles.
And you're right.
Because it must be because of the fucking titanium dioxide. I wonder if that's what it is.
Man, y'all little Skittles niggas, y'all insides is all cut up or some shit.
Oh, what if it wasn't the cigarettes that fucked my lungs up? What if it was the titanium dioxide that just came through?
For years of eating Skittles as a kid.
And just fucking tore my organs up.
Man, something comes out about Starburst, I'm gonna lose it.
I'm gonna lose it.
Don't y'all do that to Starburst? Like, I wasn't a Skittles person. I was always on the Starburst.
Titanium dioxide. I wonder if their stock has plummeted, or if anyone really gives a fuck enough.
I meant to go look for the Skittles when I was at the store earlier, but I was trying to get to the gym, so I was like, I didn't even think about it for real.
Wow.
But I wanted to see if they were still like selling Skittles, because for what I heard, there's like a lawsuit now, and I'm trying to figure out how I can get on in order. You know what I'm saying? You know, them lawsuits be like open.
Oh, we're gonna have to bleep a whole lot of this out, because if they do any review on you, if they do any, then they're gonna be like, oh, he was on the podcast. What was he talking about on there? Oh, so he's trying to get over on the system, is he?
Hey man, my real name don't be connected to this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a ghost. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if it get around the streets, then I'm in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very true. You don't want that. You don't want Skittles suing you. You don't want them to do a reverse lawsuit.
I would be like, no, this is already out there. I had already signed the paperwork. It was on the way. I talked about it after the fact.
That was Johnny Depp's thing, right? Like, Johnny Depp's thing was a reverse lawsuit, correct?
Yeah.
What are they?
They both sued each other.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. It may be a reverse. Yeah, it's something.
A counter?
Yeah, counter. Yeah, exactly. So, like someone trying to sue you for some shit, and then you're just like, no, fuck you, bitch. Actually,
like, hold up, cuz. Nah, you ain't. Nah, what about what you did this?
Yeah, because it was defamation. So it was like a counter to this defamation. It's like, no, like these things aren't true. I'm not. Now I have to sue you for trying to tell lies about me. Like, how crazy is that? Yeah. I never want to be in a position where I have to sue someone because they're telling lies about me.
You know, I ain't gonna be in that situation because my words on, nigga, I ain't gonna be on no platform, niggas like, yo, or big enough that people care.
Well, would you ever do a podcast? And if you did, what would you want to do a podcast on? Because you be into a bunch of like shit that I feel like people wouldn't think. Like, even people that listen to this that know you wouldn't know that you like.
To be honest, I couldn't base anything that I do off of a single topic or like a genre or whatever, bro. Like,
it's just not for you. Like,
I'm into too much shit.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. Like, I do too much. I can't, and I don't want to limit myself. So, and like doing this like right now, I'm more like everything, I'll probably say everything I do just off the fly. Yeah. So if I ever had a podcast, it'd probably be called like Off the Fly. Yeah. I don't know, like off the top, you know, whatever.
Yeah, off the dome.
Right. But I couldn't. And I know, don't get me wrong, if topics came up, you know, I'm down to talk about it, but I wouldn't be planning what I'm about to say, like, how we gonna do this point by point, you know. That's just not for me. And I think I would struggle more
trying to do that
because I have to remember these things, nigga. Like, nah, bro, I'm not built for that. Like, my mom already be racing so much. Like, every time you talking right now, I was like, oh shit, I got something to say, but I want to let them finish. I can't get this off, you know. Like, I just be having like I couldn't, because
I mean, it's art. It's just like music. Like, so it's got to be the way that you want to do it. There was a point in time when I was doing this and I came to you and I was like, yo, like my mind has been on the podcast thinking about how it needs to be this way or that way, and you was just like, nigga, chill. You was just like, nigga, like, you know, you're just like, you can do whatever you want to do any day. Like, they can all be different. Like, you can do whatever you want to do.
Right.
And I was like,
that's why people need a nigga like me.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I guess you can, huh? Like,
that's why people need a nigga like me, bro. I'll just be chill. But I'll also understand that, you know, you don't have to put all that pressure on yourself, because that shit ain't gonna do nothing for you. That shit ain't gonna do absolutely nothing for you, bro.
It doesn't.
It's just gonna put a lot of weight, a lot of stress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to relax. Mm-hmm. You're gonna work your best when you relax and comfortable. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, having someone to be like, yo, bro, chill, dog. It ain't even that deep, nigga. Like, you own this shit, nigga. You got all this shit right here, bro. Yeah. You can do this shit whenever you feel like doing it, you know, and nobody can tell you what you can and what you can't do, bro. You own everything. So,
yeah, and that's why when I started getting on Twitter and I started looking at when I got into
another thing I was on y'all niggas about. And y'all niggas don't listen to me, bro. Like,
I don't know. I don't be, sometimes, see, people just think that I just jump into things super confidently.
Right.
Like, certain things, but then there are other things where I will second guess myself and I will think that I'm not really capable of doing that. And Twitter was one of those things. I really dated myself and was like, nigga, you really gonna be able to get on a platform that you ain't had nothing to do with since it was created, and you think you just gonna figure it out? Like, nigga, you passed, that shit's over for you. You done.
and that's crazy for me to think because I'm acting like I'm fucking 70 years old.
And you got on that bitch and it was like 4 things to do. You reply to tweets, you retweet them, and that's
search for
pretty
things
much
like
it.
you
And read comments, because that's what I get my shit off on.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. The first day, I was like, I probably spent like 2 hours on it, just scrolling through, just trying to understand the interface of it all. I was like, all right. And then the next day, I was like, I think I understand this. Like after I went through the next day, I was like, okay, I think I understand.
Just be careful about what you interact with. There are different kind of Twitters out there now.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Look, I used to follow niggas that will always be liking like the big booty pictures, and I'll be like on Twitter at like 4:30 in the morning. I'm trying to hit the gym and I'm just scrolling. I just see a big old ass on my screen. So I was just like, yo, bro.
I know.
It be mad niggas liking the porn joint. So I'll just be like, I gotta unfollow y'all niggas. Cause like they're not retweeting it.
Yeah.
They're not retweeting it. It's just liking it. And Twitter is petty. So they're like, yo, I'm gonna show y'all what y'all be liking. So I'll be like, yo, bro, nigga, we can see you.
Right. Like, that's why I'm pondering right now.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh shit.
It only does it occasionally for certain accounts. You know what I'm saying? And you might just be one to pop up. And then now I got shit popping up on because of so and so like this. And I'm like, bro, I ain't like it, so why is this shit on my fucking feed?
Cause they think you're in cahoots with so and so.
I'm just trying to see what the fuck the Eagles are doing, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, and when Trump was there, nigga, I get my laughs off. But other than that, Twitter, watch some videos.
Biden's not giving you the same laughs.
Nah, bro. Like, he ain't reckless enough.
He ain't reckless
enough. Bro. Yeah, for sure.
They need to go. They need to let that nigga get some rest.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Honestly, like, he just needs to get some fucking rest.
And I'm pretty sure just being old is enough in itself, but now you're the president and you old. So it's just like, it's a lot to deal with.
Now I'm going to finish this point on the vampires.
Right.
Being old. If you had enough time to figure out how you were going to do drugs, right? Because you feel like if you start in high school or maybe right after high school, you're going to figure out like what your limit is with drinks, how often you should be drinking them, like per week. I mean, how many drinks you can have in a night. Yeah, like, are you a liquor person, beer, wine? Right. How do they make you feel? How do you interact with other people? You should figure that out in 10 years.
Right.
It could definitely happen in shorter that time.
Right.
But like from age 20, age 18, I feel like by 30, you should know what you should be drinking or not. If you're still just reckless at 30 with drinking, like you don't know what makes you like
throwing shit back.
You're fucking, that's kind of crazy to me. But if you could live 300 years, you could know. Just like I'm thinking about with smoking, I think that I can definitely smoke. I also think that I don't want to be a late evening smoker.
Right.
Because it hinders my sleep.
Right.
I go straight to sleep, like I knock out and I wake up whenever the alarm goes off or when I'm supposed to wake up. But it doesn't feel like a really full, restful night.
Right.
I only get that sober.
Right.
So that's something that I figured out somewhere in the 31 years of my living.
Right.
But if I got to live to 300, you could probably dabble with so many different things. You could know exactly how much of this. You could become like a casual crack smoker or heroin user. Because you could just be like, I'm going to shoot up heroin once a year. Like, that's going to be my thing. Like, there's going to be a day where I just relax and shoot up heroin.
I think if you're a vampire, bro, you might be shooting up every day because you just,
you know what I'm saying? So,
you know it ain't going to do nothing to you.
Right. And so,
but I like the high.
And so, like, for us as human beings, we end up in this place where we don't have that type of time to figure all these things out.
Right.
So we end up fucking going, you know what I mean? Or you got to just pull out, you know, you got to pull out. But if we just had more time.
Hey, yo, what do you mean by that?
You stupid. Whatever, man. Mike, throw that in the next moments. In the next moments, please. I'm done. I'm done off that point. I finished the vampires point. The point is, people are passing, they're coming and going, But it's just a matter of time. It's like these people, if we live to be much longer, the people that we know that have passed, right? They could have figured it out.
Right.
Like they could have figured out a way where they were able to do kind of the thing that they wanted to do, but then found a little bit more balance to it.
Right.
And it's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this pill once a month or once a, you know what I mean? Like it's just it's moderation and stuff. Because I'm certain there's certain pills. I mean, again, first of all, a lot of these pills are doctor prescribed.
Right.
So they have a purpose. It's just they get abused.
Right.
So if you could just be the type of person, which I've seen people have like the Adderalls that I was a fiend for, and just I would see this motherfucker get like 4 Adderall from the same person I was getting it from. Like we were together. The dealer came. I got some, which was a lot, and they got like 4. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I would talk to that person again like 8 months later. And they'd still have like two of the Adderalls left.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, they're just like, yeah, just take them whenever I really feel like I need them. I'm just like, wow.
Right.
Like that's how you feel about it. Like you don't feel enthused enough to keep using them. Because I would have popped all 4 of those in a matter of 2 days.
Right.
Easily.
You been, oh shit, I didn't see that nigga about 15 times since the last time I seen you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. So some people just, I don't know, sometimes it's just certain drugs and certain things help us in just different ways. Like some people it's just, they just gotta get fucking hammered. Right. Some people just gotta just always be high, like smoke a ton of weed. Some people
remember the turn up era? Turn up!
I was gonna say, I mean, well, definitely Lil Jon East Side Boys played a big part. So we're talking about
this is like the Juicy J, like recent.
Oh,
like the lit era.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like you know, like the Roscoe turn up. All I do is turn up.
Oh yeah. And then what was Wale's joint? No Hands. Yeah, like that sort of area. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the fact that I know, because when you leave a world, in a sense, you kind of forget that shit still be happening. Right. So like I'm not a part of the party mixy world at all. Right. So sometimes I'll be forgetting that motherfuckers is out here every week getting it hard out here.
Hey bro, you know I be in the crib, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't,
yeah, you step out once every blue moon.
Yeah, so not too long ago, homie hit me up. We went and stepped out with him. I was in that giant. Bro, and you know, it's been like a good like 2 years or something since I've been out in this like in this spot because of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't. It may not been like 2 years. I may have stepped out to another spot before that, but like this spot in particular, I used to go there all the time, but I haven't been there.
Every now and again at my job, I'll meet some people where it's their first time coming out since the quarantine. Right. And I'm like, whoa. Right. It's your first time out since March of 2020? Holy fucking shit. You've been in there for now exactly, I mean, not even exactly, a little bit more than 2 whole years. Right. In your house. Right. Only probably having your groceries brought to you. Only going out for, again, whatever you feel like are essentials. Right. Liquor being one of those, since that was an essential, workspace. Wow, man, that is so crazy. So, yeah, I mean, if I were to go out right now, like if I were to go hit a club, it would be my first time since then.
I mean, like I've been out a few times, but like there wasn't that many people in the spot. But that joint was packed, and I'm like, God damn, bro, like I don't even know like what the hell they even do in these joints anymore. I'm like, damn, bro, like I'm lost. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you know, I'll be over there getting my little Dougie on or something. But I was like, now it's like.
This is a conversation that we may have to, because I want the next 5-man pod to happen very soon. Oh, yeah. I mean, we need to tell the guy, I'll text them tomorrow. Right. But I want it to happen in the next 3 weeks if we can do it. Mikey, definitely, because this nigga's a whole fucking father.
Yeah, and I apologize, Mike. I probably come by tomorrow, man. I love you, bro, but haven't seen the baby. Haven't been over there seen the baby yet. I know you're gonna hear this and you probably laugh, whatever. But hey, man, I'm a busy man. You know, a little bit of free time I get, I try to just relax and wind down and shit like that. Yeah. But like, my bad, man. Like, I don't even go see my mama. So
we're all we're all friends, and my theory is about the fact that we've been friends as long as we have is because we know each other's hearts.
Right.
Like, we know when someone does something. Listen, man, I didn't make it to that nigga's baby shower.
Right.
You did.
I found out the day of. I was like, nigga, you gotta tell. Why didn't you tell it? Like,
yeah, like
he told me, like, but it was like months ago. Like, bro, come on now, dog.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it. Yeah. And then I was just in a bad space when you came through the doors. I'm like, oh fuck,
right.
So he knows again that I'm not just like, man, fuck that nigga's baby shower. Like, he knows, like, we know each other at this point. Right. So he's like, yeah, Doody, like, it's fine. You come over when you come over.
And Doody do love the kids, so.
And you love the kids.
Yeah. But like, I'm like, I think about the shit every day. I'm like, man, I gotta get over there. And then I'm like, damn, I can't even get over there. I got football practice, and then I got a flag football game, and then I just gotta get some sleep just to do that shit the next day. So,
yeah, you do a lot.
Yeah,
you definitely do a lot. So this will be a conversation that I do want to re-invite when they all get here, but we didn't have this. Because I think we've lightly had this conversation, but it would be funny for people to hear this. Because I don't know how many people know this that aren't men, and maybe even black men. I'm not quite certain. I'm not quite certain how wide this net goes, but let's just talk about it. Someone was talking to me the other day about going out and how great it is, the feeling of going out and dancing with her girls. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it looks amazing. Like, it looks great over there. It look like when girls are running around dancing with, it sounds like a great time. It looks good. Sometimes they be on, I'm just dancing with my girl. We're not here to dance with you. We just dancing with my friends. And so they dancing.
Right.
And they're really having a great fucking time dancing with each other.
Right.
And if you're a part of some fucking dance group of niggas, then maybe y'all go out and y'all pop lock and shit together. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, because again, I've seen some of them types of niggas out there.
Bro, get the fuck out the club, nigga. You take up too much space.
Wait, so do you not fuck with them niggas when you see them out?
Like, you can go ahead and dance, nigga, but don't push us all to the side.
Oh no, like, you gotta clear out for them.
No, nigga, we're not doing this. Like, nigga, now I got this nigga breathing on my neck.
But how do you feel if it's a dance battle?
I'm gonna gas the battle.
Okay,
but if them niggas are just trying to dance and put on a show and sync, like, nigga, get the fuck up out of here, bro. This ain't a fucking Chris Brown video, nigga.
Okay, I feel you. So you.
But like, if you go on battle, I'm gonna gas that.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
like competition.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I'm a competitor. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna gas that up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in the front lines, bro. I'm out there.
That's what I'm saying, for sure. Okay, what am I talking about? Oh, so being at the club. What was I saying about being at the club? Oh, yeah. So she was also talking to me about being at gay clubs, and she's like, gay clubs are fucking awesome. Keon will vouch for them day in, day out. He loves the gay clubs. Right. He's like, it's just a fun atmosphere you just don't understand until you go.
Right.
And that's what my other friend was telling me. She was like, yeah, you like the gay bars, like they just get it popping. They just about having fun and fucking. That's what come on now. Well, that's really what I mean.
Are you trying to convince me to go there? And you said that shit.
Well, no, but you do have to like it makes complete sense to me. When women get together, they move in very quickly. I've even had lesbians talk to me about a term called U-hauling. Means you're like women move in together very fast. Like they'll be dating for like weeks and then fucking find a place together. But think about it. When you're in a relationship, usually women are the ones, usually speaking, that are trying to push the envelope. Like, let's make it to the next step. Like, and then they're also trying to make you a better person. So they're trying to like have you make steps. They're trying to have the relationship make steps. They're the person that's usually trying to pull the thing forward.
Right.
And the guy's usually kind of stagnant. It's like, I'm good. I had it figured out. Like I was fine before you, but I fuck with you hard. So I'm going to go along with this change thing that you're trying to do and making me a better person and all that.
Right.
Where the fuck was I at in all this? Oh, wait, okay. So the point is, men be trying to fuck a lot. We have an external, our penis comes out. It's an external organ.
Right.
And it gets hard and you just have these hormones.
It has its own emotions.
You want to fuck. So it would make sense that when gay guys get together, can you imagine how nasty it gets out there? They are fucking. Just imagine this. Every time you wanted to go out and like you started talking to a chick and you wanted to have sex with her,
Right.
she liked you too and was like, you know what? I think that I'm ready to have sex with you. Think about that.
Right.
But it's happening like 90% of the time you go out, that's what's happening.
Boy, that was happening. I had like 8 or 9 kids running around.
Bro, these dudes is fucking. Anyway, she's just saying that it's just a great matter of fact, and this is not to be inflammatory. Isn't that what monkeypox is about? I heard that like a very high percentage. Like I heard that like
not. That's what they were trying to blame it on.
But it's
because,
not.
Like the first few cases were gay men that had it.
Okay.
But now they're saying it can be transmitted through other things. But I don't know.
Through like contact.
But
So-
bodily fluids and shit like that.
Okay.
So I just spit on your ass right now, nigga. You might get monkeypox.
Well, I hope that's not the case because people out here. Let me tell you something about spitting on. Well, okay, let me not tell you something. Anyway, okay. So the point is, when we go out as heterosexual men,
Right.
and again, maybe even just black men, or I don't know exactly how far this spreads, but no, whoa. I don't.
I wasn't even gonna say nothing. You could have got that off. Mikey might have got you
For sure. But oh man, made myself laugh. But we go there, and the reason that you don't know what to do when you're in the club now is because when you go to a club, not a lounge, not a hookah bar, none of that stuff. When you go to a club and music's playing and there's drinks and fucking bottles getting thrown and there's glass dropping, all this sort of shit going on. Fucking strobe lights and bottle girls and sparklers.
Yeah.
You're not having conversation with people.
Right.
Like that's not happening. Like you may be able to like say, like scream some things, say some things like, yo, look at so-and-so.
Right.
Like, yo, but you're not having real, like you're not doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't hear shit, nigga.
You can't do that. So you're not doing that with your guy friends.
Right. Okay, fuck y'all niggas.
You're not. The next thing after conversation is flirting with someone in some way.
Right.
We're not flirting with each other.
Right.
So the next thing is you gotta dance.
Right.
Right. You gotta dance. And we're not dancing with each other. Like we're not about to look at each other in each other's eyes and just start doing moves. Like that, yeah, like it's not gonna happen.
Right.
And so my friend was like, oh shit, like that's a weird perspective. I never thought about that because she had so many friends from the LGBTQ community growing up. She just always knew going out with friends and having a good time.
Right.
Dancing with one another, drinking, doing a little bit of drugs, whatever, but having a good time.
Right.
So when she hears about heterosexual men experience at the club, which is y'all all have drinks, you're in a line, standing next to each other in a single file line,
Right.
for the most part, and you're
tough.
kind of like, yeah, some people are looking tough, some other people are
Doing a rockaway.
looking out into the crowd, maybe giving them a little two-step or something like that, a lean back,
Yeah.
and you're kind of scoping, hoping maybe you can, lock eyes. or
Yeah,
something.
but see, you gotta catch the eyes. That's what you're looking for. You gotta catch the eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta. It works out when you tall. I don't know how the little niggas do it.
Oh my God.
I pray for them.
Doody, I never thought about that perspective before.
Anytime, and all my homies are tall that I step out
Oh
with,
my God, my fucking mind is blown.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you catch the eyes if you can't look through the crowd?
You know what I'm saying? The nigga standing behind me. You could have locked eyes with her, but bro, I'm taller.
So little guys,
That's why the little niggas be out there doing the little flips and shit.
It's it's so funny because as a little person, this is because I don't even mean this. I just mean someone that isn't like 6 foot over,
Right.
But because average men is what 5'10", right?
Hey, it's funny you say that because I seen a meme that says things you can do with men under 5'11", and she was holding it.
Bro, it's just like like in the jungle where evolutionarily you as a I was as a little guy. What can I say? Just
Little man.
as a man that's probably average
As a
height,
shorty.
average height and below.
Right.
Oh well, no, because okay, we have to go below that because if you're average height,
Yeah,
you can see.
You might be able to scope a few joints. You know what I'm saying? But you just ain't got range. You know what I'm saying? You more of a Ben Simmons kind of person. You know what I'm saying? You got to be within the paint.
Yeah,
But you know what I'm saying?
you just don't got range.
Us tall people, you know, we snipers, so we can get it from like Steph range and shit.
Yeah, for sure. Because you can see across the whole bar.
Excuse me?
Area. Oh yeah,
Miss?
I seen you from across the room.
Yep, just like that.
Oh, see, but as a smaller guy, you have to adapt.
Right.
So little
That's
guy,
why they be out there doing them flips and shit, nigga.
That's very true.
That be them breakdancing head spinning ass niggas.
That's peacocking. Yeah, because how many like 6'4" dudes you see out there?
Think about all the shit Carlton had to do with Will tall ass around. Nigga had to be the peacock.
Yeah, you have to.
Nigga didn't make the basketball team, so he had to do the running man on the court.
Yeah, you have to physically. Well, I mean, you have to stand out in multiple ways because physically, taller guys stand out. Like they literally stand out of the crowd.
That's why if I was short, I'd be swole. Bro, I swear,
Yeah,
bro.
being swole
if I was
is not a bad
5'7",
idea.
bro, I'd probably be cut like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You just gotta be. You just want to be the best you can be. You want to just come with some. You just need to bring stuff to the table.
Bro, I'm not gonna be 5'7" and skinny though.
You gotta be.
Like if I'm gonna be 5'7" and skinny, I'm gonna be cut the fuck up. Like
You could be-
with like no body fat.
You could
But,
have.
like,
You could have a lot of money. You could be. Have like a really nice job position or have security.
Man, don't stop your little ass from getting tossed up.
Oh no! As far as getting tossed up, nah. But as far as like
Nah, for sure,
wrangling
for sure,
the women,
for sure.
that'll do it.
But also though, tall niggas do like. We gotta understand that height ain't a personality. So
It's not.
you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta come with more than some height.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Bro.
height gets us in the dough.
Back in the day, I used to be so impressed by women's looks.
Right.
Like super impressed. And that's not to say that like if I see a beautiful woman, I can definitely acknowledge that
Right.
she's beautiful and for these reasons. Like I'm not lost on that.
Right.
But it's not nearly as impressive as it was before. You can be drop dead gorgeous, but if there's just other things that you don't have, I just look right past that.
Right.
I'm just not nearly. Here's a good way of putting it. It's not nearly as shallow as I once was. That's really what it is. That shit used to matter a
the
lot.
looks ain't
to
just
me.
getting it done for you.
Hell no,
But like, damn girl, you look good as fuck. You dumber than a box of bricks,
Bro,
What's wrong with you?
yeah, man. Because some people will just settle for someone that they feel like is super sexy.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, yeah, but they're mean and they're kind of stuck up, or maybe they're just angry with the world or some shit. It's like, bro, are you gonna stick around with angry with the world girl over there?
And that's why I couldn't get with a woman that I couldn't hang out with as a homie.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a dope person, I was dating you, I probably wouldn't even think that we dating because you just a dope person.
Yeah.
Like obviously I know that I asked my girl or whatever, but like the feeling would just be like, yo,
Yeah.
I can kick it with you like, yo.
We definitely need to go further into this.
you know what I'm saying? I can dap you up.
I am going to finish this point on the club. So,
Yeah.
because some people don't know that we go out and the experience is sitting in a row with a drink in our hand so you don't look awkward.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and also don't feel weird about maybe speaking to people that have alcohol in their blood.
Right.
And you're completely sober. That may
Right.
seem a little weird depending upon
Right.
how many drinks have they had. You don't want to be the one to monitor their drinks. So it could just be a weird space to be in.
Right.
And then you're not dancing unless you're dancing with a woman that you have found the interest in.
Right.
And she has found the interest in you. So it's just, I just want men to know, especially heterosexual men that live this lifestyle or had once lived this, in case they don't know, to women and gay men, everyone else out there having a great time at the clubs, that is the wackest of experiences. Like as far as
100%.
like having an experience like as a woman and like as a gay man, heterosexual men are the bottom.
Right.
Like we're having the least fun out of everyone because they're doing everything.
Right.
And we're just like posted up, chilling.
I mean, me a couple of years ago, nigga, I ain't posting that. You know, that's how I used to get my get my little thing on. You know what I'm saying?
You were dancing.
I would just dance by myself.
Dancing Doody. That's what RJ said. RJ was just like, watch, he drink one more Corona. He was like, he drink one more Corona, we got Dancing Doody.
Right. Yeah, no, that's how.
And sure enough,
I was never the one that you could just pull up. I ain't had no fucking game, nigga.
Yeah.
I just pull up.
Game.
But I knew what worked for me, though.
That's the thing. Game is weird.
Yeah.
Game is really weird.
And like you said, nigga, we can't talk in this motherfucker. We can barely hear each other.
You grow up watching movies and you have these guys that supposedly have a bunch of game and like that's how they sell it to you. Just like fucking romantic comedies sell you romance. Shit ain't like that. And so
ain't no romance in
and
here.
so as much as I loved Bill Bellamy's Def Jam's How to Be a Player. Yeah, like as much as I love that fucking movie, nigga, you can't rock like that. Like you, like that's not real life.
No,
you
that nigga would have been caught up.
You
like,
can't
come on now.
move like that,
right?
You know, and on top of that, you don't got no time to be an adult. Like you're simply just splitting your time amongst trying to have sex with different women and like.
Bro, did that nigga even have a job?
That's what I'm saying.
I think that movie was based off of like one day.
Yeah, he was just running around in
for a day. Like that nigga woke up that day and had a joint on the bed and had like one coming to the door or some shit. Like all break. And then like that's probably where Jay-Z got the girls joint from. The inspiration for that. Because he had all types of little different joints in there.
That's very true. That's very true. Well, you haven't had, I mean, that was never your lifestyle, meaning you waking up with one and going to sleep with another.
Nigga, what kind of nigga you think I am? Shit.
So
I ain't had game like that now.
So you
gotta
never,
be a different kind of nigga to
hold
do
on
that.
and say, all right, here we go. All right, truth or dare.
Nigga, hold up.
There go. Might as well just go truth, man.
Yeah, because like, bro.
All right. Have you ever had sex with more than one person in 24 hours time?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, bro. Definitely back in like the younger days. You know what I'm saying?
You've tasted a little bit of what Def Jam's How to Be a Player is.
Bro,
just a little bit.
A little bit.
Just
nigga,
a
that
little
nigga was slaying.
No, for sure. No, that for anyone that hasn't seen that movie, I would still go watch it. I still think it's probably still a good movie.
It'll probably be one of those movies we will bring up in that little conversation about like
the best of those
kind of movies.
hidden black movies.
Right.
Was How to Be a Player a hidden black movie, or you think it was like big enough? I don't know.
I don't think it's a big movie.
I don't think it was big
within
either.
our community.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of those movies are.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have only seen Friday because that's the first movie that you bring out when you be like, you ain't seen Friday?
Yeah,
a lot of people have only seen Friday because that's the first one that just gets thrown out there. But they ain't seen Friday after next though. They might have seen the first joint, but they definitely ain't seen all three. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you think they got lost around Next Friday? You think they even
probably and my personal favorite is Next Friday.
Next Friday is the commercialized version. Well, I mean, the next two are because Friday was. We heard that whole backstory.
Fridays, they didn't have much to work with.
Exactly.
When they made that one, and people were getting paid like $10,000 like for that film. Some people got like $5,000.
Yeah, but game is it's a weird thing because you realize that it's fake. Like you don't need to have. You know how much time I spent like as a younger person. And so many of us do this, like trying to know the right thing to say to a chick.
This nigga was in a room with a little pen and a pad trying to write these bars down.
I was never, it's because like you, I never liked, same thing with the podcast, and maybe we can go back on this, but I couldn't see myself, like when I got on the Twitter, I couldn't see myself doing it the way that other people do it.
Right.
Like for me, just like how other people probably couldn't see themselves doing it the way that I do it, it's hard for me to think about trying to come with something so structured every single week.
Right.
I just, that's just not even, it's just not, I don't want to do that. Like I have no desire to even do that. Like this is what I like to do. So this is what I do. But I don't, no, I'm just thinking like that, like this is what I want to do. I don't want to do it any other way. It would seem weird and unnatural and inorganic and like pressed and sort of maybe clickbaity to some degree. Like what is it when you just you're looking for attention, like that. So like all of that, like like because you're going out of your way to do something that like you don't
Clout chasing.
Clout chase. That's what I was looking for. Because you're going out of your way to do something that is not for you. Like you don't want to. You don't want to fucking do it that way. So it's the exact same thing. Like when it comes to speaking to people, when it comes to game, quote unquote.
I got game.
Yeah, it's not like this one thing where you just have to try to find the right things to say to someone. It's not that at all. It's who are you? That's what it is. It's can you get out of your head and just speak to someone?
Right.
Just speak to someone about whatever the fuck is going on or whatever it is you're feeling. Honesty goes a long way. And women, that's why you see sometimes so many women and you'll say like, how the fuck is she with this fucking uber fucking nerdy dude?
Like that nigga must be slanging.
Could be slanging, could have security, and also could just be an honest, good guy.
Yeah, for sure.
He could just be honest, and he just says the things. And whenever he proposed to her in the sense of propositioning her for like a first date or something like that, it may have came off kind of nerdy or kind of like awkward, but maybe she thought that was cute in him. Or she thought that it was genuine in him. He didn't come up, hey, shawty, you know what I'm saying? So I got seen you.
Hey, look at me, I'm draped up. You know what I'm saying? I got the bust down roll.
Oh, yeah, nah, that's crazy. but unless that's sort of how you talk, like if you naturally talk like, hey, listen, so like I saw you around the road. Like if you talk like that, then but the thing is they know when we're being genuine and when we're not. They read through that bullshit. And so they know. So it's really just, who are you? Speak up. And fucking ask them what you want to ask them. Like it doesn't have to be all this game. Not really. It's just about being comfortable in who you are.
Honestly, just do what Biggie did. I just pull up from behind.
What do you say?
And ask her what your interests are. Who you be with. Think that make you smile.
What number to die? You gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna call my crew. You gonna call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2. Yeah, you could do, but hold on a second. No, because everyone can't just do what Biggie did. Hold on a second. No, nigga. Because those bars, in the way he said it, was easily some of the smoothest. Him, Snoop.
Snoop the smoothest talking.
Wiz, and I'm putting Wiz, like, but he's in the conversation, you know.
Right.
Wiz, Snoop, Big, who's like super fucking smooth.
Hey, honestly,
Denzel Washington. I'm just throwing niggas in there, just random people.
And we've talked about this before, but he doesn't get his flowers. Rick Ross is a smooth talking ass nigga, bro.
Rick Ross.
I fuck with Ricky Ross.
I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I told you this because you may be upset about this. I have a big letdown in hip hop.
Who's it?
Rick Ross, his last album, I think. I don't know. It was the Port of Miami 2.
I haven't listened to it.
Oh, you didn't listen to it?
Nah.
Oh, okay. He has. Damn, for real?
Yeah.
That one came out a little while ago. I think like a year ago. It's a joint. It has Vegas on there. Vegas residency on there. Right. It has Maybach Music 6. Yeah. Maybach Music 6, I think it is. It's either 5 or 6. He has John Legend coming in.
Right.
He has these fucking horns playing. All this extravagant. Sounds like diamonds are falling from the ceiling. Like he's got a bunch of extravagant.
Sound like money.
Sound like Rick Ross.
You know what Rick Ross do?
And he comes on this track rapping, and it's so smooth. I think everyone should go listen to Maybach 6 by Rick Ross right now. Yeah. Featuring Lil Wayne. And that's where my problem lies. Is Rick Ross came on rapping on that song in a way, and I forgot where I was when I was listening.
That shit was so elegant, wasn't it?
I never heard anything like it in my entire life. It sounded, bro. And I know people say this about Rick Ross, so this is nothing new.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever heard anything more luxurious.
Yeah.
As soon as he came on the track, like the way he started rapping, it sounded like luxury. It sounded like wealth.
Yeah, bro.
His voice was rich and deep.
I just love the sound of his voice and the way that he flows from word to word.
His instruments,
and how smooth it is. And he never, like, when his beats are chill, be ready. if he got a chill beat, he gonna make you feel it. Like that nigga gonna get some shit off, and it's gonna be the smoothest shit that you've heard.
His verse was amazing.
Yeah.
And then the second verse came and Lil Wayne started rapping.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
and that's a
just
Lil Wayne.
not this one. Like if it could have even been one of those, I would have taken it if he just did one verse and cut it off.
Right.
I would have even taken that because sometimes we want the song to continue when it's really that good.
Right.
I would have been just like, fuck it. I'll just take the song. That's fine.
Right.
But if he gave us a second verse and then cut it after that, I would have been fucking thrilled about that.
Right.
But I just felt like Lil Wayne should not have been on that song. And it's not even like a terrible verse. It's just like, I just would have wished that it had ended there.
And you know what probably happened, like, with them making that song? Because Wayne is Ross's man. Ross is probably like, Wayne, I need you, like, on the album. Wayne's probably like, yo, send me some joints. And he sent them a few joints, and Wayne chose that joint because obviously it's that joint.
Yeah, because how do you tell someone?
And isn't Drake on one of the Maybach musics?
Probably. He's on. If not, he's on so many Lucy's.
Yeah,
like him and Rick Ross have so many just like
they have great
singles
chemistry
out
together.
Yeah. Like fucking. Oh, what was that one? Money in the Grave. That's a good one. That's on the playlist.
Yeah,
that's on the playlist. Yo, speaking of the playlist, shout out to you.
Oh.
I want everyone to know that these two songs, because I didn't even tell you about the second one. They're like I really gravitated towards on the playlist you made for me.
Oh, word.
The workout playlist. So first and foremost, because I think I told Mikey, no, I told the whole group chat about this one, the first one.
Oh, yeah.
No Savage, Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
That song has such energy.
Yeah.
And if you had told me that a No Savage song would have made me feel like this or that I'd be playing it when I go in the gym every day, I definitely would have told you no fucking way.
Right.
But he's just talking about killing people and selling drugs and having sex with women, but he's doing it in a way that's very different than what I've heard before.
It's way different. Because, I don't know, man, his wordplay is... His choice
he's
of words.
Very creative.
He's very creative in how he's telling you how he go about to kill you.
And and he's rapping the whole song. The song is like...
He ain't got no time for a hook.
It's like 3 minutes and 45 seconds. He's rapping the whole time. And he never repeats any... He doesn't have... This is what I like about him. Not only does he not repeat lines, but he has a very high like vocabulary. He doesn't have like the same word... count. Like you're not going to keep getting the same word cycled through over and over and over.
Right.
He's making every bar very different than the last.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up his lyrics.
They're
because I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. But
no double date. I'm with two and I'm fucking them. It's crazy. He said, "Ask my OG if murder was a felony." And if I crash out, would the ops get ahead of me? Mm-hmm. That nigga said never. Like he just has some wild lines.
I put the coke in the pan like I'm Peter. Drake shots leaving spots on him like a cheetah.
Right.
Never spent whole days in school. I was leaving.
Right.
But he's telling you real shit.
What he say? Never sat on my ass. I was thieving.
Yep. Never sat on my ass. I was thieving.
It's just, but people have to hear the song, so like they have to hear the energy behind this. The second one, and I know I'm very late on this track because I know that it's been out for a long time. I know it has. Lil Baby, Pure Cocaine.
Oh yeah. When you're
rich like this, you don't check the forecast every day. It's gonna rain.
Yep. Make a brick to a brick with it.
So already he's starting off with something just pretty creative.
Right.
Like it's just awesome just looking at that. Like when you're rich like this, you ain't check the forecast. Every day it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
Like that's an awesome way of starting a song.
Yeah.
And not only that, but then like this kind of like mischievous Christmas beat in the background. You know what I mean? Like it's like really fucking eerie but fun at the same time.
Right.
And then what I really think has propelled him to where he is, again, as someone that doesn't listen to him, his voice is amazing. It's very different, and he knows exactly how to use it, and he hits these little pockets with his cadence like beautifully.
There's actually another Lil Baby joint I probably need to add to that playlist called Freestyle. But that nigga just raps from start to finish. You know,
I would enjoy that. Also, like as Mikey has told me that he says real shit.
Yeah.
Like, I love that he handed his mom 10 stacks and sent her to Cancun. I love that.
Right.
I love that.
Right. Now he honestly, there's quite a few rappers out there that don't get the respect that they deserve just because of their sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be that trap sound, or they might be considered a mumble rapper. But if you actually listen to them, like, and I'm gonna sound like, well, I guess I won't sound like an old head because old heads don't typically fuck with this dude, but like NBA Youngboy, I coach high school kids, so I'm always around what they listen to, and that's how I found out about No Savage.
Right.
And NBA Youngboy, I used to hate on him for no reason. I had no idea why I was hating on him, but I didn't like NBA. Not for real.
Well,
I had no idea why I didn't like NBA Youngboy, but if you told me I listened to NBA Youngboy, I'm like, no man, fuck that.
Well, that is hating.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, usually when
I'll admit my hate.
Yeah, like, that is hate. Like, because if you have a reason, it's not quite hating yet.
Yeah.
If you have a reason, then I'll listen to the reason. It may not be a good one,
right?
But you feel like you have a reason. It's when you don't have a reason that it's just unanimously hating, and undeniably hating.
I knew, like, I would see NBA Youngboy shit on like the internet or whatever, and I would just like, this nigga's trash.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't even be his music. It'd just be him or his album about to come out.
Everybody goes through that. Like, it was the same thing with the jazz and the blues era. Like, when jazz came out, those fucking parents were not fucking with their kids listening to jazz because that was hip hop.
Right.
It was like, what the fuck what are you listening to? Where are you going? Like, they were not fucking with kids running around in jazz halls.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So everyone's gonna look like that to the new people. It's just, the time goes on, we get older.
Yeah, like, he can rap. Like, if you listen to some of his music, you'll actually hear like, oh, all right, this young man has been through some things, so I understand all the things that he's been putting on the internet, why he acting this way and been getting locked up all the time. And like, another one's like Kodak, like
Kodak Black.
You listen to Kodak a little more, you're like, all right, bro, he can rap.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he told a little bit of a story on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Oh, what do you know? Brought the movie up again, or the film, the album up again. It's so funny. This has been like a running joke because this album has come up probably every single podcast. I'm not going to take it any further than that. Right. Aside from Kodak Black was on it, and he did tell some of his story on there, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
to me,
I fuck with Kodak. I'm a huge fan, and honestly, one of my boys I play flag football with, he was like. So he was at a wedding the other day, and he was like with his wife, and their friends, and he sent me this picture of like, it's like 6 people in it. Mind you, they all white. But the only reason I'm saying that because it's funny.
This is gonna come up. Yeah, this is gonna come up.
But they're all white, and he sends me this picture, and I'm looking, and like, so when they were taking this picture, his wife was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And he was like, "I don't know, Terrence does it all the time," or whatever. So anyway, he was doing this in the picture. Like Kodak Black, dude. So like in the pictures, he's been doing that.
It's funny. People know about that little pulling your lip off to the side thing. Like Kodak may have started it. I don't even know if he really.
I don't know. I got it from Kodak, but I don't know where it came from.
Oh yeah, people have been doing, because it's usually, with grills and people have diamond teeth or gold.
That's what
teeth.
it is. It's
like
showing you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know who does it, but that's a big move. People love that move these days.
Oh yeah. So like when I take flag football pictures, so that's where he got it from. Because when we take flag football pictures and we all do a pose, I'm always awkward when I take pictures, so I never know how to pose.
You don't know what to do with your hands.
Yeah, one up here.
What are we doing? Are we making funny faces, guys?
Right, on 3, is there a countdown?
My whole issue is I just don't like. One, I don't like people telling. There are a couple of things I don't like about taking pictures. I don't like people telling me how I have to look in the picture.
Right.
Like, if you're going to take a picture of me, you're going to get me how the fuck I feel like.
Right.
If whatever my face is doing, that's what the picture's going to look like, because that was me in the moment. I don't care to give you a fake picture of me making a face of something that I wasn't doing a second ago, or I don't feel like fucking doing. So that's one when it comes to taking a picture. Second thing is, how many pictures are we taking? Like, I'm not sitting around for you to try to get the right angle and try to take 17 of these pictures and take the next 10 minutes to take them.
You ain't trying to get your Instagram popping?
I'm okay. No,
I definitely was flexing. Like, when I was in Miami, I was definitely
yeah. Every once in a while, you'll drop a little bundle.
Yeah. You know,
but you don't do it too often.
Well, honestly, that's just something that for me is just like, I don't like really posting.
Well, this is actually a great segue. So between you and Instagram and social media as a whole, let's just have it there.
Yeah.
And dating and being in the clubs and talking to women, all this sort of stuff. Let's just kind of push all this together.
Oh, okay.
You were talking about if you could just be with a chick that was cool, that you felt like was cool, you have to be homies with first.
Right.
You can dap up. Right.
Hey, what's up, cuz?
Right. So what do you feel like, and I know this is maybe putting you on the spot, so it's not going to really be the truest answer you could come up with.
Right.
But what are 3 deal breakers, or I guess I should say non-negotiables, like 3 things that you need? And this is for women that are listening. Doody is single.
Yeah, definitely am single. And I'm athletic. I got tattoos, you know, so I can dress.
What else did you used to have on your hinge? He
Oh no, my job was all about like getting jokes off.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm not really
hikes.
good at,
He's good for hiking. He knows.
I'm gonna put one of those out there. I play flag football.
He
you know
knows a lot of hiking spots.
Yeah.
A lot of good ones in the
good
area.
with kids, but I prefer that you didn't have any. But if you do, that's all right too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause hopefully they're like 17. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, going straight into it, you as young as you are, having a 17-year-old son is hilarious.
Hey, bro, nah, at that point, he just a
Imagine.
homie. Because, like, bro, you about to turn 18 in a couple months, bro. You just my dog at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might actually get to shoot a fair one here and
That's
there.
kind of crazy. Imagine, like, your stepdad being just, like, a little bit older than you.
Right.
That's fucking
Oh,
wild.
he definitely go, I'm not calling him dad. I'm like, nigga, I don't want you to fucking call me dad, nigga. I ain't calling you son, nigga.
Right, exactly.
What's wrong with you?
Sport?
Yeah.
Champ?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I yuck a little ass up, nigga.
Okay, all right. So what are we looking for in the women? Oh wait, no. We didn't end your resume. You like good spots. You're good with kids, even though you would like for her to not have some. But
I would prefer that's just a preference. But if you cool enough, you know that's
coaches.
cool
He coaches football and basketball.
I'm a dual sport coach. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
Yes.
I get back to my community.
Exercises every day.
Every day.
And he knows.
got good music taste.
Good music taste. He listens to or he watches a lot of black films.
You know what I'm saying? I got nice skin.
Nice skin, very good. Yeah, very, very small pores.
You know what I'm saying?
His skin is like porcelain.
I got the glow of a pregnant woman. That's what everybody always tells me.
The glow of a pregnant woman.
I have no idea what it means, but I understand.
I've seen it. Have you? Man.
No, I think I have an idea what they mean. But I at first I was like, yo, what the fuck you talking about?
I have been attracted to a pregnant woman before.
Yo, you weird.
Well, and
that's the old nigga shit. Though, all the all the old heads that told me that.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I don't know if I should revise. I'll revise that, even though it may still mean the same thing. I've seen pregnant women in the way that they carry themselves seems powerful, seems strong.
Oh, for sure. I get
and then again, I'm not a dermatologist, so I don't fucking know. There could actually be some type of glow in their skin. I don't know. The skin is an organ, so it could work in ways that we clearly don't fucking understand yet.
Right.
So that could be the case. And I've definitely seen women and not been like, damn, like I'm trying to, like, it's not like, yeah, it's just like I look at her, I'm like, wow, she looks beautiful. Like she looks like that.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what it would be like if that person was like, if I was having a child with that person would probably look super attractive to me.
Right.
But yeah, well, yeah. Right. Wait, have you or have you not seen this before? Like, have you not experienced
honestly,
this?
I try not to look at pregnant women that way.
Oh, okay. That's very nice. You know, you're respecting.
Yeah, it's a child in there, you know, that's somebody a lady. Not that matters, but that's pregnant.
Oh shit! Not that matters,
but no, it's more so about like yo, you might have a baby, you might have a kid, so you gotta respect the kids.
Yes. So okay,
and that's actually something that like Coach Mike would be like, you know, say something. And be like, oh, that's probably somebody's mama. You know, I can't say that.
Yeah, I can't say
that. So it'd be shit like that.
I mean, at some point, you just got to say, fuck it, I got to say it because a lot of them are going to be mamas. Mm-hmm. You know, but they could be single mamas.
But that's what's hard out here in the dating world. Like, I ain't trying to
let's talk about
raise little junior.
Okay, well, what if they don't? What if they don't have any children? Like, what are we looking for? Like top 3
honestly, I couldn't tell you what I'm looking for.
Okay, well,
because I feel like that's putting a limitation on things.
Okay,
like, somebody may not fit these 3 things, but they can also just be a dope ass person in other ways.
Okay,
so then I could have missed out on that purpose because I was so hung on these 3 things that I'm looking for. But one, I would like for you to be somewhat of an athlete.
Okay.
Not even necessarily like you got to be an athlete. Like, bro, I play a lot of flag football. If you ain't even willing to just step out here, like, I ain't asking you to be goddamn fucking Randy Moss out here. You know what I'm saying? Just be willing to participate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because for me, the flag football community is a great community, and I'm a part of it. And when I go to tournaments and shit, the people that I stay with are normally couples, and I'm just that nigga that ain't. I'm just here, like, I'm just looking for the cheapest, like, option or whatever. So, and I see those things, and then just watching other people play and other teams, you know, and they're with their significant other and stuff like that. I just think that that's a dope thing. So if I were to find someone, they would definitely, like, that's probably the one thing. Like I said, you ain't even gotta be good. I don't give a fuck if you can't catch. You know what I'm saying? We can work on that. You know, I'm in the field every day too. But, like, just be willing to participate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get fucking hurt out here. And if you do, it's just part of the game. Get your ass up.
So
on to the next play.
you would like someone that is slightly athletic, or at least willing to. I mean, definitely has to exercise, like do some form of exercise.
That for sure.
Yeah.
Like, nah. Get your ass up off the couch. Get your ass in the gym. We're not doing this.
But do they have to play flag football with you?
They don't have to.
Okay.
But you gonna come out here and support. Then you going to these tournaments with me. Then.
Okay.
Because, like, I'm not gonna stop participating in flag football.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, I'm getting older. I'll stop playing when I get, you know, old and I can't, you know, keep up with them young bucks no more, you know. And, you know, and honestly, that's probably not, you know, too many years. I don't know. But I would like to still be able to do these things, and I would like for that person to come and enjoy these things because it's something that I really enjoy. Yeah. And also on the flip side, I would go do things that person would like to do.
I know you're using that. Do you got a Bobito?
Oh, yeah, that's the little massage gun?
Yeah, right, the massage gun. I know you're using that. I just started foam rolling. I don't know why I just started, but foam rolling my feet for sure. Like the heel, the, what do you call it? The ball of my feet, all of that sort of stuff.
Get a tennis ball. That's good for that too.
Yeah, tennis ball is good for it. My dad actually has one. It's like this, I don't know. It's sort of like a tennis. No, probably like a softball size.
Right.
And it's just like this rubber thing, and you press the button in the middle and then it vibrates. So you have fucking that, and it has tread on it, sort of like a tire.
Right.
And you put your feet on that and fucking roll it around, and it does fucking wonders for your feet. Like, our feet are so important, but we don't be thinking.
Right.
Like, we ought to think about them so much more. They are your foundation.
Right.
And we don't I try to get pedicures. I, try to get foot rubs, and I try to rub my own feet. I try to, use the foam roller.
I need to start doing that, man. My dog just.
Bro, they
I'm thinking it's hideous.
Cause if those don't make it,
shit.
You sitting in a chair now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you gotta treat your feet. So that's something I'm doing, but I also know that you don't stretch as much as you would like to.
Nah, man, that shit hurt.
I know. So I was thinking about this the other day. Because I think I went into it with the same idea that, like, it hurts, it's uncomfortable. But for me, at least now, I don't know how long it may have taken me to get to this point, or if it just kind of felt pretty good the entire time. It can hurt, but I think this is one of the things in life where when you do it, it hurts. And hurt is even a strong term, because it hurts, like you're feeling the sensation of pain,
right?
But almost simultaneously feeling relief.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Like, it happens at the exact same time, really.
Right.
So you kind of just once you get more and more used to it, you just kind of go with it, because you just you just fall into it,
right?
And then it just gets easier and easier to do, like anything in life.
Right.
So I think that's that's probably just one of the biggest things that you want to do is just start stretching a whole lot more if you want to, run around on these fields. Cause
that's definitely in the works. I definitely have been stretching better before games. Now I just have to get in a better stretching, routine for when I get here, like something before bed or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? All I need is about 15 minutes of,
Yeah, before bed is good.
Get like a little good stretch in, because as active as I am, I definitely should be like stretching, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to route these kids up in practice every day so, they can get this smoke. Like,
because you do still want to move around.
Oh, 100%. And, and if I'm ever lucky to find a lucky lady have children with, I would like to still be able to move around with them. And
something that goes along with this whole dating thing, and we're not quite off this, is that you're getting older,
right,
and you're maintaining.
Right.
Like, you're an athlete, you're looking good.
And my future wife gonna be lucky.
You know?
She gonna be like, yeah.
You trying to be a baddie into your old age. And like,
bro,
and
I'm aging like wine. Can y'all tell?
That's something that you can do. Like, it's an option. Like, you can take, because if you want to live long, I know certain people that don't want to live long. Like, they don't want to grow to an old age.
Right.
But there are different ways of living into your elderly years. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to enjoy it as best I can. So I'm just like, taking supplements, exercising. I fucking try to stretch as much as because I think stretching and mobility
is actually probably the most important thing.
Yeah, like stretching, mobility. Yeah, because at a certain point, being super strong ain't going, you're not doing none of that shit no more. But you're going to need to move. You're going to need to get out of bed. You're going to need to get out of chairs. You might need to get off the ground. You're going to need to have mobility. Maybe push your weight.
Well, that's why them big, strong ass niggas ain't got no mobility because they can't stretch.
Nigga, what? Oh my God. Julian, my brother, for those that don't know,
right?
He can't stretch for shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he does, but if you were to look at him do it, it looked, because he's just one big ass muscle.
Right.
Him trying to stretch looks absolutely
right.
And no, it doesn't even matter what stretch it is. Every single stretch you could try to make him do looks absolutely ridiculous.
But that's really what I feel about myself. Not like I'm no big brolic ass nigga, whatever, but like my entire life, I just been tall and goofy.
You could definitely get limber. Yeah. You're just a tall, long dude, just like me. Like,
right, bro. I can't touch my toes.
Oh yeah,
that shit be looking bad.
I used to be able.
Sad out here.
I was thinking about that the other day. I used to be able to not touch my toes. Now I put my whole hands underneath my feet.
Well, I said, nigga, just don't put your palms on the floor. Cause that don't look right.
So in yoga, there's actually this yoga pose that's called downward dog. I don't know what the actual yogi term for it is, but it's exactly that position you're talking about.
Like you're standing up on your feet and you're just touching the floor with your palms down. Yes. Yeah, that's wild.
Except you're kind of like in a triangle, so it really looks like that. It's called downward dog. Yeah. Yeah. So every time I've done like a yoga flow class, I've done that move.
Yeah, I've probably been in a gym and seen a woman doing that. And that's where I got it from. I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely like a woman stretch. That's wild. Like, yo, who the fuck is doing this? Like, I can never imagine.
You don't have to do that. Although it's an extremely good calf stretch.
Oh no, I heard. I be trying to like when I was stretching, because I can't get down there. So what the internet told me was to lock my arms behind my legs.
And just pull in. Pull in. Yeah, for sure.
But I was like,
you just.
It's barely enough to hold me there.
Just like everything, you just do what you can.
Right.
Just like you tell people, like you told Keon and he didn't listen when he came to work out with us. Yeah. Like, do what you can. Don't try to. I just wish that we were just wearing like blockers and you couldn't see other people.
Right.
But you so concerned with what he's doing, what she's doing. You want to do that. This nigga been doing this for 9 years. Like, you can't do that yet.
Right.
You need to just fucking lift this weight, or you need to go do this stretch. Like, you're not built like that yet. It takes time, nigga.
You gonna hurt yourself.
I'll never forget being in the gym with you one time, because this is the only time I've ever seen it this bad. It was on the assisted squat machine.
Yeah, and that joint was like,
there was a nigga on there, and he was just
wild shit. He was just going straight down.
Yeah, but like,
not squatting, but like bending over.
Yeah, he was just bending his back. Yeah, oh my God, just folding over like a lawn chair. I was like, bro, that is not a
back had like a little arch right here in the lower.
It's like that's not even close to a squat.
Yeah, bro. I was like, yo, that's a backbreaker. Like,
my God,
your spine gonna be making that U shape here soon.
Oh my God,
I remember that. We were some dicks. We probably should have told him how to squat, but
I know
I was early in the game though.
We definitely should have. Because now even like trained professionals have told me that I have good squat, so you must have taught me that. So whatever it is you doing is good. Right. Because I only got it from you, and I guess from observing people that I felt like were doing the right thing, which is just keep your back as straight as possible and sit your butt down.
I think.
And if you can't sit your butt down and push up, then you need to lighten the weight.
Right.
That's just not for you.
I think when I taught you how to squat, because I just tell my kids, like, if you can't keep your back straight on your own, like, just look up.
Oh, yeah. Just
look up.
Yeah, that'll do it. Because if you can't look up, then your back isn't straight. Like, you're looking, at a diagonal.
Find something up there to look at. And that's going to be your point. And you're going to stare at that the whole time. So now when you go down, your back is straight, your head is always up, your chest is up, So that's probably what I taught you when I did.
Probably.
But you did that for a little while or whatever, and it's probably just a natural thing for you now that you don't have to look up. You just know to keep it back straight, chest up.
So I get that. So all right. So woman has to be athletic. She has to exercise in some capacity.
Yeah, I don't give a damn if you going to the pool and swimming some laps.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, no, you gotta get up and out and get some.
You just gotta be moving.
Yeah, for sure.
It's extremely important because you don't want to just be getting older.
Like, man,
because some people think that it's just about the physical aspect.
Nah, bro, it's just like on House of Cards. When she was saying like, "Yo, nigga,
Blair Underwood." No,
like,
not Blair Underwood.
Claire
Underwood. Blair Underwood is the whole old prime minister. That's so funny. Yes, Claire Underwood.
Yeah, when she was telling a nigga like, "Yo, get your fat ass on this treadmill and walk. You ain't finna die."
Oh, no, she gave him a row machine.
Row machine. Yeah. You not finna die, and I'm living for 20 years because I'm looking good and I'm in shape.
That's facts.
Right.
Those are facts, and people need friends like that, and definitely significant.
Why you think I be on Keon ass?
Yeah, for sure.
My bad, bro. I ain't mean to.
No. But yeah, that is funny. He just got a shot out of nowhere. The nigga didn't show up for the pod, so now he's getting shots taken out of him.
Nigga, I'm taking his seat.
In your seat. In his seat.
Nigga. The reason this seat's in here, nigga.
That's crazy. So, okay. So, man, the exercise thing, because it takes so many different forms, and even mine has evolved through time. I used to be I was just trying to put on a bunch of weight. Like when I first started with you, that's what I was doing.
Right.
And I was like 200 pounds.
Right.
Just a whole lot of muscle. There had to be some fat there because I was eating whole chickens and mashed potatoes and gravy and all sorts of shit like that. And then my evolution continued, especially after the quarantine when the gyms opened back up.
Right.
I just felt differently about the way I should exercise and like what was important to me. So it was a bunch of resistance exercise that I do now. A ton of body weight stuff. I've done a ton of box jumps, dips, pull-ups, lunges, and I'll do weighted lunges. I'll even do weighted squats, but I don't go over 185 really. Maybe 215 every now and again, but not. Yeah. But I don't I'm not stressing myself over that. I'll bench every now and again. I do flies. I do a lot of rowing.
Right.
I do a lot of rowing. Tricep extensions, but I do a ton of stretching.
Right.
I just stretch, and so for me, I realized that health was like this huge thing. Because the more and more you learn about it, you're like, oh shit, it's not just about going to the gym pushing heavy weight.
Right.
Like you want to sustain over the years. Okay, well, what do I got to do to sustain? Well, I got to be easy on like my bones. I don't want to be crazy about it. So
when you first start, you want to get swole.
At least for us.
And that's where you start off, and that's where your love comes from, because you're seeing your body progress. But now you're doing more and more research about like, different things and what works, and
knowing that you want to grow into an old person that can still fucking move around.
So now that you have this habit, now you're like, yo, I'm glad I started doing this.
Yeah.
It's something that was definitely going to be harder had I wait until I was fucking 30 and started to do this versus doing this at 25 where...
Well, because you started teaching me... It was. Actually, no, you're right. It was,
it was that age, right? I was actually just throwing a number out there.
I think it was 20... You're right. I think it was 25 that I started working at that place, meaning that's when the cruise was that my brother invited me to.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was 25.
Okay, I was just throwing a number out there.
Wow, I've only been super active for 6 years.
Right.
It feels like a light. Wow.
Right. But because it's something that you do every day.
Wow.
So it's just like...
That's so crazy.
It seems a lot longer than...
Yeah, it does.
Right,
only 6 years?
Right.
Holy shit.
It's crazy that 25 was the number. I was actually just throwing a number out there.
That was it.
I had no idea.
That was it. It was 6 years ago. That was it. Because I remember what I was doing at the time of my life and where I was. Yeah.
Right.
Damn, that's insane. So it's just evolved. So it's just about mobility. And I definitely still want strength. You know what I mean? So It's just light strength. I get a lot of reps in
Yeah, I don't lift heavy.
with perfect form.
Yeah.
I try to my best to get perfect form.
That's what's important. I don't lift heavy at all.
Yeah.
Not anymore. It's just
unnecessary.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
I'm
just
get these reps in.
Get these reps in. I try to stretch as much as I can. I try to do other things again, like I hit the sauna and just sweat out, and it feels fucking amazing just sitting there sweat out. That's another thing I do. Try to eat well. You see me in here with the juices and the smoothies and all that. I'm about to cook on one of these Chapel Hill ribeyes though. I'm definitely about to get that in. Thank you again. Shout out to Keon for that. He brought in mad stuff. Did you see that? Anything you want to do with this, you can do with it.
Nah,
you got shaved steak in here.
I seen them. Well, I seen them little sliders in there. Boy.
There's some patties. Boy. You can do something with the patties if you want to do that.
Nah, I'm getting that popping tomorrow. That's gonna be my Sunday joint.
Yeah, he gave me some New York strips. It was like a bunch of stuff in there. But yeah, he's doing it. Anyway, so you want her to be athletic. What else about them? Because you're right. As far as this sort of checklist thing that people do with their future significant other, this hypothetical person, they definitely do too much. That's something we can say across the board. For the most part, people do too much.
Right.
And then when they feel like it doesn't fit, it's weird. But there are certain core values about human beings that, for me, are non-negotiable, like honesty. If you're just a fucking liar, like that's something that
honestly, like that saying something like that shit honestly,
it's needless to say. Exactly.
Like so, I don't even think of that.
Understood.
Because I'm not even going like surround myself like how I be like with certain people. Like I was just telling you about what happened in Miami, whatever. And I was like, bro, that nigga lying. Like all off break. I was like, that nigga lying, dog. Yeah. So like for me, if I'm with somebody and all they doing is lying, I'm like, all right, dog, look, cut the shit. All right. Like, there's no reason to lie. I have no reason. And that's something I learned later in life that, for real, like, these days, I'll be telling people, I have no reason to lie at all. Like, because...
It's crazy, though, feeling that. There's actually that and something else I wanted to talk to you about, actually, both having to do with honesty. You're right. But unless you feel... Because Doody, what you just said, there are a ton of people that don't feel that. Like, they're gonna lie about a ton of shit.
Yeah, nigga.
And then they're gonna go to sleep that night.
I know.
And
I've been hearing about these people.
And I'm just like, for me, like when people lie about stuff, I get it. It's like you wanna protect someone, from pain, or you want to protect yourself from pain, from having to put something else out there that you're not ready to put out in the world, right?
Right.
Because it maybe is some content that you're running away from. You don't want to have that conversation, so you don't want to say the truth, which would, prompt a response back from the person you're telling to, and you don't want to go through all that. It's just not for me. I need to say the truth.
Right.
That's just that's how I feel. I don't feel like I have a reason to lie to people about who I am and what I'm about.
Right.
Like I don't feel that way. And that has something to do with all the drugs that have happened, by the way, in my lifetime. Is like there was just a point in time, it was one of those psychedelic trips where I was just like, nigga, can't nobody judge you. Like most of this shit is made up anyway. It's just like a bunch of rules that we all made up. Like you do what makes you feel good within reason.
Right.
Don't hurt other people. Inside of that, there's a whole lot of wiggle room. You can be whoever you want to be. There's a ton of shit you can do.
And that's kind of like why I feel that, our group of friends always get that, like, when you're around people that you maybe but you don't really know them, but it just seems like you are the cool person of the group.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. I thought about this earlier today, which is really weird. But yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, because
I've come back and I've had a conversation with you, and I'm like, bro, I was just with these people, and for some odd reason, like, they're just looking at me like I was just the coolest person there or whatever. And,
but I feel like everyone from our chat, everyone from our, like, this immediate little friend group has come back to the chat or come back to us and had a story like this.
Right.
Or maybe various stories like this.
Right.
Where we go off and we meet some people and we start hanging around them, and it's like, yo, they really, really like me over there.
Right.
And that speaks to how we've all been friends for so many years. Through whatever little fights that have taken place, either verbal or physical, for people, there was always this understanding that, yeah, but what it comes down to at the end of the day, and I think that everyone should listen to this, is not about your opinions about this or that in the world.
Right.
It's, are you a solid nigga or not?
That's all it came down to.
Are you solid or not? It's very, because I've been friends with so many people that are nothing like me in the sense of, like, we didn't grow up doing any of the same things, listening to the same music, doing any of the same activities. Like, we didn't grow up doing any of that, but there are core things that we share that I'm like, oh yeah, I fuck with you.
Right.
Like, because I know you're solid. Like, I know integrity. Like when Mo's guy walked in here, G Salih, last week, and he came on the pod, the very first thing, he walked through the door. Were you standing out here? Yeah. So for very first thing, saw me, he was like, yo, man, thank you so much for having me in your home. And like, you could just tell he was solid. Right. He was just humble and solid. And if I couldn't tell then, the hour and a half long podcast I did with him let me know that's a solid nigga. Right. And so sometimes you just come across that and you're just like, yeah, you're solid. I like you. But if you don't have that, it doesn't really matter what other qualities you have. Can I rely on you? Right. Like, if I call you up and I just have like a flat tire, you gonna help me out? If I tell you some shit that clearly needs to be between us, are you going to keep it between us, or are you going to be like me when I was in high school and be messy?
I'm about to say messy.
Like, what are you fitting to do here? And when you meet those people, it matters. Right. It really fucking matters, because you realize how much that shit isn't out here for real. So I think that's what it was, because we're all very different in a lot of ways. People used to ask me, like, even Tia used to ask me, why am I friends with this core group of friends? Because you'd be like, you're just nothing like them. And I didn't know how to answer it back in the day. Right. Like, I didn't know what it was, because
because they got a different perception of you, nigga.
Well, no, but there would also be times, but you also have to admit there would be, I mean, so
they
many
think
times.
You sit back and just read the encyclopedia.
No, but there would be, that's crazy. But there were so many times where I would hang around you guys and it's nothing but a sports conversation. Right. And so for 45 minutes at a time or so, I'm just like chilling. Right. Because I don't know.
I mean, I've hung around y'all niggas. Y'all talk about politics, nigga.
I couldn't talk politics. I can talk. I see what you're saying. I can talk about
Mr. Future Mayor of Manassas. That nigga.
Yeah, RJ. Yeah. I can speak about, like, how people, like, maybe how politics even come to happen. Because I'm thinking about people. Because I feel like I have a pretty decent idea of how people work. Right. So I sort of speak about certain psychological nuances of politics, but as far as like policies and all that shit go, I don't fucking know a thing.
Nigga, you chose to be friends with a bunch of athletes. Ain't nobody tell you to come hang out with us.
That's very true. That's also very, very true. That's very true. Like, I was the only one that was not an actual athlete. Right. Like, I played basketball recreationally, but like I was the only one. So that's very, very true. Yeah, but I just think that we just found some solid people. Right. And so when we go other places, people recognize that and they're just like, yeah, he just seems like really cool, like really solid. Really just probably kind of cool in his own skin. Right. Which, by the way, would be one for me as far as this, if there was a checklist. For sure. Truth, honesty, right? But
I was going to get to that.
Well, that's kind of swallowed up in truth and honesty. Yeah. Because it's a truthful, honest thing to be yourself and to feel that. Yeah. Like, when you feel like a truthful, honest person, more of yourself just naturally comes out.
Yeah, because I was going to say, and if anything else, just be a dope, solid person. Just
the issue is that dope and solid is not, it's hard to define. Like, people don't exactly know what that means.
Dope just means just be cool.
Just be cool.
Yeah, just be.
And what does that mean to you?
You can be cool in different ways.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is why I think it all comes back to figuring out how to be yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
you don't have to put on airs for other people.
Right. And that's what it is about. Like, if you're going to be a dope person, you're a dope person because you're your true self. You can't be a dope person if you being somebody else. Because like, you know, certain people can see that's not who you are.
Yeah. You might be a dope actor.
And then also on top of that is, if you're gonna be with somebody, eventually that act ain't gonna be there.
Man,
you can't wake up every day and carry that act and your true colors start showing. Like, whoa.
But
that's up there, freckles.
But that's the scariest thing though, is that there are people that have been in marriages for 5 years, 10 years, and something happens. And I've heard stories of people like close to someone that I know, like they wake up next to someone and that person does some shit.
Right.
And they're looking at them like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
Like, who is this person? I just spent 10 years. We have a child. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, something can be hidden. And it could be because that person is really good at hiding things. Or it could be because you're really bad at detecting things.
Yeah.
Or maybe a mixture of both. But either way, you didn't see something.
Right.
Or you didn't pay something attention. And then years down the road, someone does something.
You find out this nigga got 8 kids.
Bruh.
And a whole wife on the side somewhere else. And she thought you was out like in the military somewhere.
Do you remember that chick Sarah that I used to date? By the way, she's actually going to come on the pod one of these weeks. At some point in time, she's
gonna bring y'all child.
No, she's not going to bring. I don't even know why I had to think about that. She's not going to bring our child, one, because we don't have a child, and two, because she's not bringing the child.
I want to say, bro, I'll babysit.
For sure, Doody let her kids.
And
they're like he's like a toddler by now.
Yeah, I need a fee for this one. I was gonna fight her that day.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But the whole point, I'm gonna have her come on and we're gonna talk all about that. but the point is what was the point? I'm trying. Oh, damn. What was the point? Why did I bring up Sarah and all this? Oh yeah, because there was a point where I was hanging at a house with her that she was. Well, she was like house sitting some super fucking rich, crazy house because she's a hairstylist.
Okay.
And one of her clients owns. You've been out there like fucking McLean before.
What?
Them fucking houses
right.
they're so beautiful. Just like these long driveways to do all this cool Batman type shit.
Right.
And they have like
Alfred.
Like they probably got a couple Alfreds because you can't even run a house like, cause these niggas be estates.
Right.
Like you can't even run shit like that without some help.
Right.
So you have to have like a butler or maid or something.
Somebody
like that.
Go out there and cut that grass.
Somebody's got to cut that grass. Somebody got to cut that goddamn grass. They got to rake them leaves. They got to shovel that snow.
Yep.
All of that shit I had to do growing up.
Right. My kids ain't going out there and doing this. I'll pay your ass.
Saturday mornings when you thought you was going to chill because you didn't have school? Absolutely not. Not in a black household. Anyway, he's crazy with the ad-libs.
But I'm just backing up your words.
But she was house sitting for some super rich person, and I used to have videos on my phone. I probably shouldn't say that, but
hey, bro,
this is all alleged. This isn't actually. Maybe it happened. I don't know. My mind is kind of skewed.
Allegedly,
my memory is kind of. It was a long time ago. Anyway. I mean, there was like a nice piano room with books, like a little library, and a piano sat in there, and it was just nice marble everywhere and chandeliers and a nice. The back of their fucking garden in the back of their house lit. You remember what like fucking Alice in Wonderland looked like?
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
Fuck that movie.
Like every.
I hate you, Mikey.
Every hedge was just cut immaculately. They looked like fucking Greek goddesses pouring water.
Right.
Like that's what the hedges look like. Just fucking foliage, like leaves. It was amazing. Their garden, they have to have someone back there like twice a month just hedging.
Right.
It's trimming hedges. It's a beautiful place.
Tell you what.
What?
That couldn't be me house sitting. Cause I'd have been sitting there saying, you know, I'm from around the way.
I'm leaving with something. But the thing is you don't want to do that because you want to be a smart businessman. Like a lot of drug dealers weren't back when I was dealing with them.
Right.
And you want to be the person that wants repeat customers.
Right.
And so again, she's a hairstylist.
But that's why you take something from like the back. Like,
or you think something that you feel like they're not going to. Sometimes it's those things you feel like they're not going to notice.
Nah, bro, just take like one of them nice ass spoons they got in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. That you can get away with that.
Right.
You going to take a spoon is wild.
Take some snacks out of the fridge or some shit. Like, they ain't going to miss this. They might have something in the garage that look like it might be trash, but it's very, very valuable to you.
Well, I feel like, for sure. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Thinking about it now.
Yeah. Like, they going to have some shit that they don't really give a fuck about. It's just laying around and they clearly don't give two shits about it. Like, damn, nigga, is that a Supreme bag over there? Why is that out here?
I was thinking more so like maybe like an appliance, like an old.
Oh, no, that too. Like, it could be anything. Like, damn, bro, why is this refrigerator out here?
Yeah.
Hey, dog, y'all need this?
But I feel like if you're house sitting for someone for a weekend, you're able to eat the food. Like, you can have this. Like, they're not worried about the snacks.
I'm talking about when you go home, bro.
But they had this beautiful pool that had the little fucking remote thing that would take the cover off of it and just slide back. And that shit was like fucking 25 yards. Like, it was a nice sized pool.
Right.
And we was in that joint. And I'll never forget, I'm never wanted to, like, I'm not going to be aggressive and be like, yeah, so like, which room am I staying in tonight?
This nigga thought he was Diddy for the night.
No.
Walking around in a little white robe and shit.
I'm chilling.
Shoulder.
I'm chilling by the pool, having a good time. I think we're drinking. We may be smoking. We're just having a good time.
Nigga thought he was Morris Chestnut.
I definitely thought it was me, her, and her cousin was there as well. So her cousin and I were all hanging out by the pool, just having a good time. Having a great time, actually. And then it got weird towards the end when I knew I had work early in the morning the next day. So I asked her if it would be, I said, yeah, so like, I got work in the morning, so you feel like I should leave now? Now, was that the smoothest thing ever? No. But what I was trying to do was ask her, like, if I should leave.
Right.
Or if she has any intentions on putting me up in this house that she doesn't own, but she's going to be staying in for the night.
Right.
And, again, this was a while ago. It could have been smooth. I could have just definitely asked, hey, like, do I have a place to stay? I just want to ask. I don't want to step on any toes. Like, it's completely cool. I can drive back to my house if not. I could have said all these things. Right. I didn't. So I said some cryptic shit like, yeah, so like I got work in the morning. Should you think I should leave now? Even though that it sounds like you could kind of get the gist of it.
Right.
Anyway, she didn't get the gist. And she was like, yeah, I guess so. And I was like, okay. So then I just got my shit together and I left and I went home. I thought nothing of it. I didn't hold a grudge or anything. I just fucking went home.
Right.
And then I didn't hear from her for a little while. And then when I did, and we made up, as her and I would always fuck around, break up, make up, whatever, as we were doing.
Break up.
And I didn't break up. We just stopped talking to each other. Yeah. Maybe it was kind of like that. It would always start with like the start of the come back together would always be like a like on Instagram or some shit like that. It would always
nigga,
like
you ain't slick, nigga. I do that all
it
the
wasn't
time.
me though. She would do that, and then maybe I did it once. I might have did it once. I may have did it once.
Nigga, you did it on one of the lonely nights.
Probably. Yeah, every once in a while.
I'm unlike this, so I can like it again. You don't see this notification.
So the thing is, you're crazy. So the thing is, I left, and then when we finally did get back to talking to one another, she told me this whole fucking story about how her and her cousin, once I left, her and her cousin were sitting there talking. They were probably high and drinking. And they came up with this whole fabrication of their imagination about how I left because I must have had a wife and some children off somewhere, and I needed to get back to them. So I couldn't stay the night with them. And I was like, when they finally told me this information, I was like, that's where y'all got?
Right.
That's where your thought process took you, and there's two of y'all working together, and so it made me think. And again,
and you know how I got there though.
It just came to something so long ago.
Nigga, this came from the cousin.
Oh, probably. Well, but the thing is, I don't know because even after that,
girl, he ain't shit.
No, for sure. But
He got a whole wife and kids at home.
But to be duped into something like that, like you must have already have a low expectation for the way that men act.
Right.
So because if you didn't and you grew up and you didn't have daddy issues and you didn't have men issues in general, because it doesn't have to come from your dad. If you didn't have insecurity issues, if you just thought rationally, you wouldn't just think that.
Right.
You wouldn't think that. So she clearly was dealing with some shit her own. It could have been her cousin that definitely, nurtured that seed.
Right.
But I feel like the seed was already there in her mind. And later on, she even told me that, like, this isn't something new to her. Meaning she has had friends that have dealt with this. So I wonder just how many people are actually getting this shit off where you find out that they have a whole separate life away from you. And this all came from honesty and truth and who you want to date. But
let me find out I can get some shit off in this dating world.
That shit is insane. Like people actually having whole other lives and just lying about all of it. And that's fucking insane to come into contact with. Like, who have I been dating? Who have I been married to?
Right. You aren't who I thought you were.
Bro, it's like your whole world is being fucking flipped. Like you're gonna start going back in your mind and questioning everything that's ever happened.
Right.
You'd be like, was that? Oh wait, did he go away at that time? Was he leaving me? You're gonna start thinking about every moment for the past however long, and trying to leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, honey, I'm about to get deployed. Whole time this nigga got deployed upstate.
Bruh.
Nigga was locked up. Because he did some shit. He was out here getting this shit off and got caught.
So needless to say, honesty is number one on our list of friends or significant other. Like,
right.
But again, as we've already said, a significant other, most likely it has to be a friend first.
Yeah.
Like you got to go through that.
I would much rather be able to, because if I can't hang out with you as a person and I can't enjoy myself even without, getting some spanky or whatever.
As you said, we had no idea what was coming on this podcast.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, no, that's the way it goes. I love it.
That's just how.
Yes,
a lot of things.
Yes, the spanky. Let's talk about it because I feel for a long time I've known, and I feel like this is. I hope that this is known amongst men. I hope that the most of us know this. Is that there's just the easy masturbation test.
Right.
If you have a date with someone that you've been seeing and you can go masturbate and still want to go see them and hang out with them, you should definitely go hang out with them.
Right.
And I also feel like that's usually at a certain age. I feel like at this age, you know who you want to be around and who you don't. Like you don't have to try to. We're not young boys with our dick hard every single moment. So we're not still fighting those demons of trying to, beat off the horny monster. Like,
boy, if I looked this good at a young age, I would have put up fucking Wilt Chamberlain numbers. Oh, shit. I'm just joking. To get my jokes off.
Well, I'm not when I say that I was trying. I was
in the post with it.
I was trying, dude. It's nasty when you really, really think about it, but getting your numbers up was like a real thing. Like, yo, I'm trying to get numbers up. Like, I want to have sex with more people. And it's clearly, as an older mind looking back, you're like, young nigga, calm down. Relax,
but
bro.
Look, that brings me to this though, because I feel you with that. I don't think I was trying to get my numbers up. It was just like a No Savage line he once said. He said, I'm not a hobo, I just like to slang pipe. So I was like, I feel you. So like for me,
there is a perspective there. And I can actually speak to that because you're right. When I was, you're totally right. When I was running around, a lot of the time, especially in the latter years of me doing it, I didn't feel like I was hurt. So that's why I was running around to do it. I didn't feel like that because I was going out I was going out with people I enjoyed.
Right.
I was having fun times with all of them.
Right.
I was respecting them. They were respecting me. Like, they were all really cool. Like, it wasn't any real nasty, mischievous, deceitful type of dating I was doing.
Right.
Like, it was all cool. Every time I had a date, we had a good fucking time dancing, drinking, wherever we were doing. We were having a great conversation for sure.
Right.
We were having an awesome fucking time. But, or no, I should say, and I've always been a pleaser. Like, in the bedroom. Like, I love to
Oh, you one of them
please.
nasty niggas.
Yeah. Like, I like to please women like that.
Cause we sucking on toes and shit.
Oh, come on, man.
Ugh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely not afraid. I'm definitely not afraid of sucking on toes, for sure. Definitely not. Yeah, for
Wouldn't
sure.
let that shit happen to me, though.
No, I'm not saying that you get to go run around in the dirt all day long with just in your feet and then just put a toe in my mouth. I'm not saying.
She just got done hooping.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying that either. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta be.
Got like, some of the little sock debris between the toes or whatever.
You catching a whole fuzz,
Right.
a whole toe jam fuzz.
Hey, like that joint on Don't Be a Menace when he put that hot sauce on her toes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that corn for real.
Yeah, no. Okay, see, I'm glad you said all that because people need to know that there are degrees of this. You don't just eat any. Oh shit! Holy fuck! Oh!
Bro, I'm over here crying.
Oh! Oh my god! Oh my! Oh shit! Oh my god!
Oh shit.
Oh my
It's
god!
funny because I don't even know if you.
Okay, well now, fuck it. I gotta finish it now.
Now what I was saying
Because
was, I don't know.
it does matter. You don't eat any ass and you don't suck any feet. Like there's degrees to it. It's like there are certain asses that even if you are an ass eating person,
Right.
that you want to stray away from. You don't want to eat every ass and you don't want to suck every toe.
Yeah.
So that needs to be said. But the point I was getting to was that is easily the loudest and the most controllable I've ever laughed on this podcast.
Nigga, I just gave you a face. So I don't even know if they even gonna see it on the camera. But once you said the words, I just looked over at you. I didn't expect to do.
Oh my god, dude! That
start laughing
fucking
like
face
that.
was so funny because you caught as soon as I said the word "eat." You was like, like. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Anyway, yes, the point I'm getting to is that when I was running around, there was something to me enjoying. Do you remember Pootie Tang?
Yeah, nigga, Pootie.
Pootie Tang.
Well, that's one of the movies I was doing there too.
That's another one of those.
Yeah.
You're right, because it wasn't a huge movie,
Nah.
but it is a cult classic in the black community for the most part. You would say
Sarate.
Sarate, exactly. So then he just listen to his music that is nothing. So there was a point in that movie where he was having sex with like some white chick in overall. She was like a farm girl.
Yeah.
And a lot of the reason he was
They
doing
forced
it,
him to get married, didn't they?
yeah, but a lot of the reason he was doing it was because he liked for people to feel good.
Right.
Now, in some weird way, that is kind of what I'm explaining right now is when you said that No Savage line of like, I'm not a hoe, I like to slang pipe. That's a certain way of saying it, but which makes you sound like a hoe.
Right.
But there is something to when you are to have sexual experiences with people that you just fucking like.
Right.
Like you have a great time making them feel good. And so I think that was a lot. Now that you bring it up, like a whole lot of what it was, because I didn't feel sad running around having awesome experiences with women. I was like, this is awesome, and if we both feel comfortable and with it, then we might have sex. And if that is the case, I'm going to try to do my very best to make this person feel great. Right? Like that was just came up as a part of the package.
That nigga came in a room like LeBron James.
I mean, I was trying to put numbers up.
I'm ready to put on a show.
I was trying to put numbers up in different ways.
Nah, I feel you though. Yeah. I guess that's why we are
being a selfish lover is weird.
Nah, I'm saying I'm about to please him.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe that's why people in our group of friends was running around like a chicken with the head cut off.
Because who the fuck wants to That's nah. I don't want to just like get my shit off and just like keep it moving, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
Nah, bro. Nah. We here for this show.
But again, Doody is single. Doody, what's your Instagram?
Oh, Airdood. AIRDOOD.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get to a habit of like, not necessarily a habit, but I'm trying to post more. Like before my last 2 posts, it was like a year or so.
What do you want to post?
Nothing. Just like when I'm doing things. Not because I'm trying to get like likes or whatever, because I honestly don't give two shits about that. But more so just for like the memories and stuff. So I've been terrible of like taking pictures when I do things. So I just want to be better at taking pictures for the memories.
Yeah, I feel I'm terrible at it.
And just so I don't have to store these things on my phone, put them bitches on Instagram. They're going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't plan on getting banned from Instagram. I ain't Lil Boosie. I ain't gonna say, put your pussy lips on live and I'll give you $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So I don't plan on getting banned from Instagram, but I can put these things out there. You know, I used to just have an idea of like in my mind of like what people, if you posted something on Instagram, you were clout chasing or whatever. That's kind of like what I used to think about it. And I used to think about like, I don't want to be a clout chasing person. I don't want to be this and this.
Right.
So like, I'm trying to be better because I'm not even the best at social media. I probably watch like 3 stories. And it might be like the first 3 stories that pop up right there. I don't watch people's stories.
It's crazy that it's a skill, right? Like I'm not good at social media.
Yeah, you know? I'm just really not good at it. And if I'm watching your story, I'm probably trying to shoot my shot. I just don't know how. So you know that little little like right there, that little heart that popped up, that was me shooting my shot. Hey. You know, I might have sent the fire emoji too or whatever, bro. But
listen, I'm old school when it comes to communications because that's my love. That's
like
my
peanut butter on the mouse trap.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember putting peanut butter in mousetraps.
I thought you were talking about the line. Well, I got it from battle rap.
Oh, because that is a real thing. Yeah. I definitely fucking remember that. Putting peanut butter in mousetraps. Wow. Even before cheese.
Yeah,
funny,
right?
Yeah, that's weird. Forgot what the fuck I was even about to say.
Definitely might know people.
Oh, something about being old.
Yeah. You're old school about like, I guess.
Oh, old school about communication. But the thing is I also, and this is what I love about getting older. I know people can be like, Earl, nigga, you're not fucking old. But like getting older still, because some people have closed their minds off to certain things, even at this age. And I'm glad that even as we get older, I went to community college for fucking, communications, but I truly loved it, which is why even after all the classes I took, I just read like 35 other books on all different sorts of things, communications, because I fucking loved it. But I can acknowledge that it has to continue to evolve. And I think that there should be college courses for social media interaction and text message. Right. Because it's its own fucking language. Like if someone's texting you and they hit you with a sentence and there's just like a period at the end. Right. That's going to hit a little different than if there was no period.
Hey, it do.
Or if there was like an emoji like, of a certain sort.
Damn, you really put a period?
Yeah.
I can't believe you did that.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's like, okay, how am I going to respond?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now you got to hit the group chat with the boys like, man, I'm single.
But the thing is, but it's weird though, because just in the same way when it comes to interpersonal communications, face to face, right? People are bad at that, so they're bad at texting too. Right. So I've texted people and they'll put 2 dots at the end of a message, and 2 dots at the end, nigga.
But like, what you thinking about? Look, what you got coming after this?
Yeah, but they just mean that it's weird because I've just known people to use it incorrectly, and they'll just use that as like I'm just ending the sentence,
Right.
And it's like, nigga, that's not how you use 2 dots.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So that type of stuff does have to be taught.
Right.
We do need at some point in time that to be implemented in college courses when it comes to communications, like the communications degree. Because it's the way that you try to shoot a shot through DMs or through stories or reels or posts. It matters. It matters how you do it.
Whoa. Them boys are different than they on the post. Like, them boys are different, bro. That's why I'm single, nigga. I can't compete. Can't compete with these niggas. These little young Thundercats is out here doing it. They on the fucking.
Well, that's why you just stick to if you're open to it, you just stick to the dating like sites, like the
I ain't on them
Hinge, the
shits no more
Tinder.
either.
Yeah, because doing
Bro, I suck on them
Instagram.
joints. I just look good. But like I just like the messaging and shit.
Yeah,
I was trying to keep a conversation, but like a lot of the women I was matching with, they were just dry, and I'm just like, bro, this is wasting my time. So that's why, like, when I was talking about earlier, like when I went out and I just felt awkward, I was like, damn, I got to get used to this, or I got to go back to these apps. And I'm like, bro, fuck them apps, because like just matching with, like, honestly, having that shit is my fault. I be having mad people I be matching with. I ain't gonna say shit to you. This shit just for sport. Let me see if I got it. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I'm like, damn, dog, she kind of bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what to say. But then like a hate message just isn't enough. So if you one of them out there
for sure.
that don't like a hate message, then don't hit me up, because like that's how I start. Like, how am I supposed to talk to you?
Oh yeah, they know.
I gotta start off somewhere. You ain't give me nothing on your profile to come off of, so I'm trying to break this little ice.
I've had many people talk to me about this very point, and it's like, what am I supposed to talk about? Like, what am I supposed to take from the profile? It's like some because it's both bad both ways. I've heard, because I've seen certain people's profiles, and like I've matched with them and we've had talks, and they're just like, yeah, other guys just don't know what the fuck to talk about. And I'm like, okay, well, your profile actually gives more than enough, so I wonder why they can't get anything. And then there are other times where people are just very terrible at taking a bunch of content and starting a conversation with it. Because sometimes there's way more than enough information for you to start. So like for me,
what I would do is, if there's something, like when I did message, I will find something within your post or within your profile to like open up the message with or whatever. But like them joints that wouldn't really have much for you to build off of, you were like, yo, what the fuck am I even supposed to say to you?
Yeah, sometimes people would just have
like damn, do you do anything other than party? Because all your pictures, you out drinking with your friends. I don't even know which one is you actually, because it's a different girl in every picture.
Well, I realized this. Social media dating, I don't know again about the Instagram stuff, but I mean like the social app, like the social dating apps. Those, if you pay attention, get actually pretty easy to navigate, because you know who's for you and who's not. Like, you start to get an idea through patterns of what people speak about.
Well, when I was swiping, I wasn't looking at that fucking profile.
Yeah. See,
do you look good or not?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Are you attractive or not? I'll read your profile if we match. Nigga, I ain't got time for this.
And I think that was what a lot of people were doing. Me being slow ass Earl, I'm legitimately going through, looking at pictures, looking at like what's going on in the picture. Like, what is this picture telling me? What is the bios? Like, I was like, fuck it. Because I could go on a bunch of these dates, but it's not going to amount to anything if I don't got something really substantial going on with them. So I was really trying to see if we could actually have something going on, which is probably why I was going on so many cool ass dates.
Right. But that's what I would wait on, though. I would wait. Because I'm not about to waste my time reading all this. And be like, oh my gosh, she might be the one. Swipe on her. That one. Never swiped. Yeah, no. Never swiped on you, man.
Yeah, the further one thing has to go. I've always thought this about people that are looking for a boyfriend or looking for a girlfriend, looking for a fiance, because my thing is, you don't know what that's going to be.
Right.
But you're putting that in your bio. Like, I'm not for the petty shit. Like, I'm looking for something serious. I'm like, well, how do you know? Like, the thing is, I can only explain it through my experience. I think that would be the easiest way, which was, never was I looking for something serious.
Right.
What I was looking for, which is how I go into experiences as a whole, just in general, is I find you attractive for these reasons. Maybe you're good looking for these set of reasons. I think you're cerebral, you're smart for these reasons, you're artistic or something for these reasons, whatever it is that I like about you. And it's like, okay, now we're going to go on a date. We've talked, we've broken the ice. You like me, I like you. We're going to go on a date. If we continue to date, like go on dates is what I mean, casually dating, like, I mean, you ought to be learning a whole lot about this person. Hopefully your dates are kind of set up that way.
Right.
Where you're learning like a ton about them. If you're doing things where it's constantly like super loud, or you're in a movie, or like you're constantly doing a bunch of stuff that doesn't.
Well, I mean, for a first day, I think you gotta take her out, do something a little on the athletic side, see what her footwork like.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say take her to the pool, get that makeup off.
Oh, no, I wasn't gonna say nothing that wild. I'm trying to see what the footwork like. Are you an athlete? Like, if you ain't fucking 6 foot, then we ain't gonna have no very, very tall kids. So, but,
you gotta see that they can move.
You know what I'm saying? But like, let's say we had a son, and he was only like 5'10". Can he still hit the hole, and get to the outside and, and take it to 99 yards or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to see. I ain't even saying like my kid, if I would
you don't got to go to the league.
100%. I was about to say that. It's just because I'm in athletics. So yeah. I would like my kids to be into athletics. You know what I'm saying? Because like really only 9% of like high school athletes get to go and play at the next level. That's like Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3. Only 9% of high school athletes get to go and play at the next level. And then like out of that,
that's not too bad.
Yeah, but
that's almost like 1/10. It's like, so if there's 10 guys in a room, like it could be any of us.
It's 1 out of every 11 players.
1 out of every 11. Yeah, I should be better with my math. Yes.
Yeah. So, but then out of that group, only 2% of those guys will make it to the Division 1 level of football. And that's like 1 out of like every 36 players.
Oh, damn. So I wonder what the percentage is for
and then even for that though, the percentage of making it to the NFL is a 1% chance.
Oh, it just cuts down in half. 1% at that
It's like a 1.2% chance of those guys making it to pros. So
1% chance of the D1 students. And how many D1 students?
So, I mean, just in the FBS, there's 2 different levels of Division 1. You got FCS, which is like JMU. Well, they're going to FBS now, but like smaller Division 1 schools. Then you have the bigger Division 1 schools.
JMU is stepping up.
Yeah, they're coming up, but they'll be in a smaller conference, but they'll be playing. If they were great, they can be ranked with the teams like the Ohio States.
Oh, that's what's
shit like that. So they're coming up.
That's cool.
They used to be lower, and but
fucking bet. I remember seeing them people around there.
Right. But at the higher level of Division 1, there's in football, and I'm off on this number because every year they add new schools that come up. But at one point, I know it was like 120 different schools at the major Division 1 football level, and that's not even FCS level. FCS level, there can be another 180. I have no idea. So it's a lot of schools.
There's
and
roughly
football,
to a state.
And football at the college level, I think it's about 80. I think they keep like 80 something on the roster, maybe like 84. But not all those people are on the travel roster because only scholarship players get to travel with the team everywhere they go.
And you're saying 1% of
and
these
then 1%
numbers get to go.
Of these people will go pro.
Whew.
And that's not even just but then you got to throw in like the Division 2 and the Division 3 guys, and there's other that isn't NCAA. I think it's NAIA. That's like another joint that guys go and play there too. So if I had a kid, nigga, that shit ain't realistic. Going to the league ain't realistic. The objective is to get a full ride. Anywhere.
For sure.
Like, the league ain't real. Like,
don't even think about the league. Just do your best.
Real. Yeah.
Do your best for sure. Right. Try to learn as much as you can, but
if it happens, it's wonderful. But like, that's I don't think that's real expectations.
Like, focus
because
on
those percentages are so low, and when you just think about how many people play the sport, and and I'm pretty sure those percentages are a lot lower in basketball.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, NFL, there's 32 teams with 53 men on the roster. So, there's a lot more people in NFL than there is in basketball, where there's 30 teams and 12 men on the roster. So, your chances of making it there, nigga, if you ain't even 6'3", bro, just go ahead and start playing golf or some shit, cause basketball ain't gonna be for you. That's what we were trying to tell our big kids. Like, hey, bro, you a 6'4" power forward in high school? Come play football, cause
it ain't happening for you.
Yeah,
Over there. Over there.
Right. Like playing basketball, like you can probably go play at the next level, but you only 6'4", you can't play power forward. But but at 6'4", you can be a Division I tackle.
There you go.
So like it's just different things like that. Right.
You gotta switch things around. But the last point, just to put the nail in the coffin before we end this has probably been going for a while. Holy shit! Seriously? Wow! It happens like that sometimes. We've been already going for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh goddamn!
It's craziness.
I definitely didn't think about that.
So all right, so I'm gonna finish this up. The point I wanted to put in this dating app thing is why I say it gets easier is the more you're looking for people that, again, if you're not into the super club goers, and then when people are just posting, hikes, or them with their grandma, or them with their dog, like, kind of what that is. Okay, they're trying to put on a more wholesome feel here. They're talking about like the books that they've read or music that they listen to, and it seems kind of intelligent. Okay, this is something I can work with.
Right.
But if it's just shaking ass out at clubs or stuff like that, what you're going in for.
Booty, rocking there. Word.
And if that's what you want,
right,
then you know how to address that person. But that's why I say it gets easier, because people kind of start to get put in like these weird folders.
Right.
And you're like, oh, okay, I have a pretty decent idea of like what you're about. Like, we can talk about these things.
For me, why I feel that, to my point earlier about like being out or whatever, why I feel that I need to get back out is because I feel like I'm a much cooler person in person versus on these dating apps. Like you don't really get like me. And I don't even say this shit often, but like I feel like I'm a dope ass person. So you're not gonna get that on like a dating app or like.
Yeah, it's not,
because it just doesn't come off that. I think it's more of my vibe, and when you're around me and like me being goofy and shit like that.
Like, even because, again, you're gonna start with text messages,
right?
So like your text messages aren't the same unless you know you. But that's the thing that goes into this whole dating app or just text message implementation in the community college that I think should happen. And maybe there's some places that already do it, and I just don't know about this because I'm fucking old and washed and out of the loop on everything.
Right.
It could very well be the case, and I just don't know. But you can't. There's just certain things that drop out when you're talking about text. I don't get your body language. I don't get your tone of voice. I don't get your facial expressions. Like, I don't get all these things.
Right.
So you can't make references. You can't point to things in the room. There's so many things that I'm reading that are off you. They say that 70% of what we read roughly is nonverbal communication.
Right.
And then you have
Biggie, what's his name?
No.
Beanie Siegel said that John Feelings in the Air.
Oh,
70% of communication's nonverbal.
Yeah. Like 10% is actually what, like, the words that you're using. Then it's like roughly 25 to 30% that's like the tone that you're using, and then it's all body language. So when you're talking about text messages, so much shit gets lost in translation. Right. So I don't know exactly how all those classes would go. You would definitely have to incorporate emojis, probably start doing a lot more voice memos, bitmojis. Like, you have to dress up your sentences when you text someone. So you can't get off your personality through text. That's one reason why the dating app thing is weird, because you just can't get it off. You just have to try to be like a nice, considerate person,
right? And
then hope that you get to the point of just meeting that person, and then that's when you shine. That's what you're talking about,
right? So
yeah, that's just the way it goes. Again, Doody is single. All right, man. Let's do these last words because we've been here for a while, and then I'm gonna cook this ribeye and go to sleep.
Yeah, nigga, you got work tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
Better have that rent on the 6th.
What's this?
Nigga,
You
nah,
got me scared.
Nah,
Okay,
bro, we got some time. We just paid.
It's the 13th. I was about to say,
Yeah.
man, sometimes I don't know. I'm like, all right. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first? Some last words for the people?
However, it doesn't matter if you want.
Sure. What I'll say is thank you all for listening yet again. And this is episode, by the way, 131. We're just trucking through these, man.
Right.
It's been so fucking awesome doing this. It's so crazy. It's actually kind of crazy that this is the very first one that you've been on solo.
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of crazy.
Right.
That's a little crazy.
And that goes to like, I guess you saying that, would like to give a shout out to my man B-Rad, aka Brad.
Yes.
After the group joint, he hit me and he was like, bro, I didn't know you were like as funny as you are. Like you did well on the pod. And for me, I probably won't listen back to this, but I never, I never know, like, you know, how I did because I don't pay attention and I forget what I said. Like, I don't even remember what we said in the first hour of this podcast.
There's no way we can track this back.
Yeah, nah, so him hitting me up, one of my sisters hit me up. She's like, yeah, you got a podcast voice. I'm like, I don't. But like, thank you though for the compliment.
Yeah.
And, so like people hit me up out of the blue and I was like, oh, snaps. Like, that's what's up because it gave me more confidence to want to come back. And, just one last thing, I guess, before we go, you know, and hear me good. You know, so if you go and get a loan from a bank, it's going to take you about 20, maybe 30 years to pay the bank back. But if you rob the bank, you only in jail for 10 years. You know, holla at me for more financial advice. I got y'all.
And if you're really, really good at robbing banks, you don't ever go to jail.
Nah,
Think
man.
about all the human
You see
beings.
the nigga on Takers?
But there are real legendary bank heists that have happened and those people were never caught.
Right.
Just imagine.
I think I watched something on Netflix about that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like having the confidence, knowing you're just living off on an island somewhere, knowing you had one of the wildest experiences that human beings can even have, which is you and your friends robbed a bank.
Right.
And you got away. And you're just living. That is the
Just on an island laid up.
It's one of the ultimate stories of all time.
Cause
Like,
it's badass shit.
it's one of the most ultimate experiences a human being can even tap into.
Speaking of that, one of them armored trucks was robbed not too long ago.
Oh my God, really?
I recently
They pulled
seen
that dead president
Yeah,
shit?
one of them joints was robbed.
By the way, Dead Presidents is another one of those films.
Oh, 100%.
What's funny is we kind of broke up that segment throughout the
Throughout the whole
entirety of the
pod,
podcast.
yeah.
We just kept touching
Well, since
on
we here, gotta throw Training Day in there too.
Training Day.
Yeah,
but
that's
Training
some
Day is
shit.
a big movie.
Yeah, but that's because of who the nigga that's in it.
That's very true.
And I think Training Day, it more so blew up later.
Also, shout out to Ethan Hawke as well.
Yeah.
He also and Eva Mendes.
Yeah, with a fine ass.
Yes. Shout out to her as well. Shout out to and Snoop.
Oh yeah, that nigga killed the role.
Snoop was
Put
in
me in the
there.
front seat with him. I bet I beat his ass.
Right? Yeah, these are all great movies. I know Keon doesn't like it, but The Wood.
The Wood,
The Wood is one of
Juice,
those.
Belly,
Juice.
State Property 1, not 2. That nigga was supposed to be dead. I don't know why they brought that nigga back. Paid in Full, which I spoke about earlier, but that's probably like my favorite movie of all time.
I'm just going to throw in all of the old Def Comedy jams.
Yeah.
Even though they're not film. No, they are films. They're comedy films. Like yeah. I can put that in
also,
there.
here's another one. Fresh. You ever seen Fresh? I think Samuel L. Jackson's in that joint.
No.
Yeah, nah, it's actually a dope film.
I don't think I saw that one. Fresh.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
No. But yeah, there are tons of those movies.
You know, if you guys forget, just wait till about February and Netflix will have all these shits
No,
on the
they
front
won't.
page.
They only have the ones where niggas is getting whipped. They don't. They only,
Nah, you got to keep scrolling down. They break them down in different
Oh,
categories.
okay, because it ain't gonna be none but 12 Years a Slave and things like that.
And
for
Django.
For the first 6
Yeah.
9 movies.
Yeah. Understanding Black. My nigga,
Yeah.
I wasn't out there getting whipped. My nigga,
for
my name
sure.
ain't Toby.
Yeah, Love and Basketballs for sure. Brown Sugar doesn't get enough love.
Sugar.
Brown Sugar with Mos Def in it.
Yeah.
I think also, what's the other bald nigga that isn't Morris Chestnut?
Oh, you talking about the tall nigga?
No, not Boris Kojo.
Oh, yeah.
Little one.
Tay Diggs.
Tay Diggs.
Yeah.
Tay Diggs. I think Sanaa Lathan was also in
Oh,
that
yeah.
one.
Baby Boy.
Baby Boy.
That's probably
for
like
sure.
my number 2 movie after Paid in Full.
Now, this is something Keanu and I have talked about. We did last words and then we're going on.
Oh, well.
That's okay. Do you put Bad Boys in black movies?
Nah, I think that was a little more Hollywood.
Okay.
But like I don't think that was these type of movies that we
Oh yeah, the ones that we're talking about.
Like
now.
Set It Off.
Oh yeah, it ain't like that.
Come on now,
y'all don't remember Queen Latifah with the braids and the tank top on with the jeans?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Jada Pinkett bald headed ass was in that joint.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Hey, the Glock 45 came with a switch. If I was Will Smith,
I would have hit him with the stick.
Yeah.
That was 21 Savage?
Yeah.
All right, man, we out here. Episode 131, baby. Woo! Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Peace, everybody. Peace.